Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Drafts Baseball's live commentary of Major League Baseball. Today, we're going to bring you from Petco Park a battle of two West Coast teams and an interleague game between the Seattle Mariners and San Diego Padres. It is the second game of a two-game set, in which the Padres lost the opener last night to the Mariners, and it'll be a quick one here as they're going to be wrapping up the two-game series here today. It is going to be a battle of right-handers. It'll be Logan Gilbert on the mound for the Seattle Mariners, and Mike Clevenger is going to take to the hill for the San Diego Padres. And so with that, we are going to get right into our starting lineups. And we'll first give you that from the visitors from Seattle. The Mariners are going to start off with the player of the week, who was just named within the last hour. Leading off in center field, wearing number 44, will be Julio Rodriguez. Batting second and playing shortstop, wearing number 3, is J.P. Crawford. Hitting third and playing third base, wearing number 28, is Eugenio Suarez. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot, playing first base, number 41, Carlos Santana. Batting fifth and doing the catching, wearing number 29, is Cal Raleigh. Batting sixth and doing the designated hitting, wearing number 13, is Abraham Toro. Batting seventh at second base, wearing number 26, is Adam Frazier. Batting eighth in right field, wearing number 25, is Dylan Moore. And batting ninth, the left fielder, wearing number 0, is Sam Haggerty. And they're going to be facing Mike Clevenger, who is getting the nod today. Clevenger is 2-0 on the season. He's worked 29 innings. He's allowed 22 hits, 10 runs, 9 of which have been earned. He has walked 10 and struck out 31. And he's got an ERA of 2.79. That's your starting lineup for the Mariners. And now for the home team for the San Diego Padres. Leading off and in left field, wearing number 10, is Jerkson Profar. Batting second at third base, wearing number 13, is Manny Machado. Hitting third at second base, wearing number 9, is Jake Cronenworth. In the cleanup spot, and doing the designated hitting, is number 45, Luke Voigt. Batting fifth at first base, wearing number 30, is Eric Hosmer. Batting sixth in right field, wearing number 16, is Nomar Mazara. Hitting seventh and doing the catching, wearing number 26, is Austin Nola. Batting eighth in center field, wearing number 2, is Trent Grisham. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, wearing number 77, is C.J. Abrams. And they're going to be facing a rookie in Logan Gilbert. He will take to the hill today with a 9-3 record. Gilbert has worked 94 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 80 hits. He has given up 31 runs, 28 of which have been earned. He has walked 26 and struck out 92. And he has an ERA of 2.66. So those are your starting lineups for both the Padres and the Mariners. This game here is going to get going in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be here with us. Stick around. We'll be right back with the call of the top of the first inning after this from our friend Dave.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Drafts Baseball. This is Dave, Zero O'Clock Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Draft sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is ready to get underway as the Padres are taking the field. And today it is going to be the home plate umpires for the ball game. Is going to be Paul Emmel working home plate. It'll be Pat Hoberg at first. Brock Bellew is the second base umpire. And Bruce Dreckman is holding down the rocking chair position as the third base umpire. It is a beautiful 77 degrees in San Diego. It is partly cloudy. And the wind is blowing at about 7 miles an hour, but it is swirling around a little bit from all directions. And that is what we are going to be facing today. The Mariners, of course, won last night's ball game. And the pitching performance of Chris Flexen was the big performance or a big reason why the Mariners brought that one home, as they've now got the edge in this 2-game series before they head back home to face the Toronto Blue Jays in a 4-game set starting on Thursday. So Mike Clevenger is getting on the mound. He's beginning his warm-up tosses. This is his 8th game of the year. It is his 7th start. Clevenger, of course, is coming off some Tommy John surgery. He's got all kinds of quacky quirks and different types of routine when he's on the mound. So it'll be interesting for the Mariners hitters to see if they're able to be able to catch up with the rhythm or be able to get in rhythm with the pitcher that is on the mound. And so it'll be Julio Rodriguez, J.P. Crawford, and Eugenio Suarez, the 1, 2, 3 hitters in the Seattle batting order to face Clevenger here in the first inning. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, Julio Rodriguez was just named American League Player of the Week for last week, and he is off to a absolutely massive start. He has got himself 15 homers and already 20 stolen bases, and that is through the first 82 games of the year. Most home runs by a Mariner rookie since Alvin Davis had 17 back in 1984. Rupert Jones had 16 back in 1977. And that is where he is at this point with his Mariner career. So Rodriguez is ready to jump to the plate, and he is ready to face Mike Clevenger for the first pitch of the ball game, and we're ready to get this one underway. It's a beautiful day, as we said, in San Diego for baseball, and it's not usually ever a bad day in San Diego for baseball. The weather is typically pretty good. They very rarely get any rainouts. And so here comes the first pitch of the ball game as Clevenger takes to the hill. He gets his sign from Nola, and he rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Rodriguez. Rodriguez is the fire starter. He's really pulled his average up. He's batting now .275 on the season with 15 homers and 43 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Clevenger. It's a fastball that backs Rodriguez off the plate, and the count goes even to 1-1. As we said, Clevenger is got all kinds of quirky little movements. He's got all this little wiggle, and now he steps and rocks and ready to go. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count now goes to 1-2 on J-Rod. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Clevenger going to work quickly here. He gets himself wiggling around, and now J-Rod asks for time. Julio Rodriguez was really off to a slow start at the beginning of the year. He was batting below the Mendoza line for much of the month of April and into May. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And Rodriguez has gone on strikes for out number 1. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Just to finish off a little bit there on Rodriguez, he was able to really start picking it up in the middle of May, and he has been on a tear, raising his average, as we said, to .275 entering today's game. Same can't be said for his teammate, Jared Kelenic, who is back down to the minor leagues. Both were really, really struggling early on. But J-Rod was able to turn it around, and Kelenic is getting his opportunity now in AAA. There's a first pitch delivered to J.P. Crawford. That's a fastball outside, and the count is 1-0. Crawford is batting .267 on the season. He's got 5 homers and 21 RBIs. Unlike J-Rod, he's a little bit the opposite. He got off to a real strong start. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 1-1. He has cooled off significantly over the last 5.5 weeks. So Crawford waiting on the offering. He bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Clevenger, and there's a fastball swung on, and that is fouled away down the left field line, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Crawford. And we thank everybody who has popped in here again tonight to listen to our stream. We've got Ryan in the house again. That's Ryan Chenier Poulen. He says he's dropped another $40 bet. Good for you there, Ryan, and hopefully it'll work out in your favor. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to the shortstop. It is fielded neatly by C.J. Abrams, and then he juggles it a bit, and he throws to first. That's going to be in time to retire Crawford. That's going to go down as a ground out 6-3 for out number 2 here in the first inning, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. For Suarez on the season, he's hitting .240. He's got 13 homers to go with 38 RBIs. It is his first season in a Mariner uniform after spending a number of seasons with the Cincinnati Reds. He, of course, went to Cincinnati on a trade with the Detroit Tigers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field. Coming hard is the right fielder, Nomar Mazara. He makes the catch on the run, and Suarez is gone for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for Seattle. So there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are through a half inning. It is the Seattle Mariners 0, the San Diego Padres coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments Call at the bottom of the first inning. We're glad you guys could be here with us. Here is our friend Matt.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. Be sure after the game to go check out our friend Matt Hollis. That's another Hollis build. He is a San Diego native and a fan of the Padres. We'll be right back after this with the call at the bottom of the first inning. Welcome back, everybody. We're cruising to the bottom of the first inning. It is going to be Jurickson Profar, Manny Machado, and Jake Cronenworth to get things going here for the Padres in their half of the first. It is going to be Logan Gilbert, who is on the mound, who will be facing them for the first time today. Gilbert has been absolutely outstanding for the Mariners this year. He's got a 9-3 record, and one would think that possibly with a win here today, or even maybe in another start, an all-star game nod, and maybe even an all-star game start might be on the horizon for this young right-hander. So Gilbert has completed his warm-up tosses, and he's ready to face the top of the order for the Padres. So Jurickson Profar steps up to the plate. He's a switch hitter. He'll be batting from the left side. He's hitting .243 on the season with 8 homers and 38 runs batted in. Gilbert gets his sign from the catcher Raleigh. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Profar. The defense for the Mariners have swung around to the pull side, and there's a fastball swung on it as ripped foul down the first base line. It's going to run the count even to 1-1. They have 3 players all to the right of second base. As they've got the shift on for Profar, here comes the offering from Gilbert. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. We've seen Logan Gilbert pitch earlier this year. I saw him against the White Sox, and he really is able to feature a lot of movement on his pitches. Here comes the 1-2 offering. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. That last fastball was at 99 miles an hour. His fastball's got a lot of arm side run to it. There's a lot of cut, a lot of depth. It's fun to watch this young right-hander throw. Here's the pitch. It is a off-speed pitch. It was a changeup that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jurickson Profar. Don't get a chance to see him regular, so sometimes he early on, he'll lock you up. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into center field. And cruising underneath it is Julio Rodriguez. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire Profar for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. As I say, sometimes you don't see pitchers regular, and they kind of lock you up on some of the stuff that they have. This particular right-hander has a lot of electric stuff. There's a lot of late life on his pitches. He does have an arsenal of 4 pitches with a fastball, changeup, slider, and a curveball, which is a knuckle curve. So here comes Manny Machado to the plate. The first pitch is a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled straight back, and the count is 0-1 to Machado. For Machado on the season, he's batting .318. He's got 12 homers and 46 runs batted in. And here's the offering from Gilbert. It's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball that swung on and missed. And the count now goes to 0-2. Gilbert has some electric stuff. A tall, lanky right-hander. When he kicks and delivers, there's a lot of leg movement, and everything's all flying around, and there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-2 on Machado. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Machado has had a absolutely sparkling season. He has tailed off a little bit as of late, as his average has dipped down to 318. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. For a while, he was right up there as one of the top 2 hitters in all of baseball. It was him and Luis Arias that got off to fantastic starts. But Machado has cooled off significantly. He's still in the top 20 in batting average between the 2 leagues. There's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 2-2. Logan Gilbert might think that there was a little bit of home cooking on that last pitch. That looked really good. Paul Emmel gave the benefit of the doubt to the veteran right-handed hitter. So here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now runs to full at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Machado. Gilbert wastes very little time. He gets the ball and he goes back to work quickly. Here comes the offering. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly over to third. It's fielded by Suarez. He throws across the diamond. That is going to retire Machado on a ground out 5-3 for out number 2. That'll leave it up to the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. For Cronenworth on the season, he's hitting .244. He's got 7 homers and 43 runs batted in. Cronenworth is, like many of these players on the Padres lineup, he is not a home player. He was originally a 7th-round pick by the Tampa Bay out of the University of Michigan in the 2015 draft. Cronenworth then was dealt over to the Rays. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. And, of course, he's been in the Padre lineup ever since in the big leagues. He was part of that trade. There was a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. He was traded with Tommy Pham and a player to be named later, which happened to be Xavier Edwards and Hunter Renfroe. For a player to be named later and Hunter Renfroe. There's a fastball that is missed outside. They go down to the third base umpire for the appeal, but they say he didn't go, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Cronenworth. And now Gilbert rocks into the motion and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 2-2. So Hunter Renfroe and Xavier Edwards were the ones that went to the Padres. In return, as we said, for Pham, and with them as well. And so anyways, Jake Cronenworth, as we're trying to give you this story here, and we're butchering it up a little bit here, Cronenworth, as he swings at a fastball and lines it right to the second baseman, and that is caught by Adam Frazier, and that will do it here. Just to finish off on Cronenworth, as he has been acquired by the Padres, we said, in that trade back in 2019. He's been a stalwart in the lineup ever since, and he is definitely one of the ones that has been a glue factor for the Padres since the acquisition. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about the Padres and the Mariners, but there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base at the bottom of the first inning. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a minute as we get everything sorted out. We're glad you could be here for some afternoon baseball. Hold tight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the Seattle Mariner batting order coming up to face Mike Clevenger here in the top of the second inning. It'll be Carlos Santana, Cal Raleigh, and Abraham Toro to get things going here in the second. Carlos Santana has been a late addition to the Seattle Mariners, as he has been acquired in a trade with the Kansas City Royals, and he is now in his second stint with the Mariners. He was originally signed as an international back in 2004 with the Dodgers. It is his 13th year in the big leagues, and he's played with the Royals, the Phillies, a lot of time with the Indians organization, which is now Cleveland. But he is here to face Mike Clevenger with the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Santana on the season is only hitting .218. He's got 4 homers and 21 RBIs. One of his mantras is that he has a really good plate discipline, able to really be able to work the counts, and he's able to draw a lot of walks. That is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and count now goes to 1-1. In his big league career, he began his career with the Cleveland organization. Then he went to Philadelphia. He went back to Cleveland, and then he spent a couple of years in Kansas City, and now this is Seattle here for the first run. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 2-1. With the Royals this year, he had those home runs, the 4 homers and the 21 RBIs. This is only the 8th game that he is appearing with the Seattle Mariners as Clevenger kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is popped up into shallow left center field. Coming in on it is the left fielder Profar. He's got room, and he's going to make the catch. And that will retire Santana for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher, Cal Raleigh. For Raleigh on the season, he's batting .194. He's got 10 homers and 27 runs batted in. Raleigh is one of the few players in the Mariners lineup that is a homegrown. Was a third-round pick at State University in the 2018 draft. Both of these teams have really been built on trades. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs to Raleigh, and the count is 1-0. These teams here have used their draft picks and their draft status to be able to flip them into everyday players. Here comes the offering from Clevenger. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0 to Raleigh. Raleigh did get off to a fast start this year, as he had hit 10 home runs, as he's got 10 in his 160 at-bats. Last year, Raleigh had only 2 homers in 139 at-bats at the big league level for the Mariners. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole, but it is right to the second baseman, Cronenworth, who's playing in a shallow right field. He makes the play, and that is going to retire Raleigh for the second out of the inning. That's a ground out 4-3. That is going to leave it up to the designated hitter, Abraham Toro. For Toro on the season, he's batting .187. He's got 7 homers and 22 runs batted in. Toro digs himself in, batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Clevenger, who rocks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down on the way, and the count is 1-0. As we said, there are a number of players that have trades. This is another one of those, as Abraham Toro has come from the Houston Astros organization. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded over to second. It is fielded by Cronenworth, and he throws to Hosmer at first. That's going to retire Toro. That'll do it here for the Mariners in their half of the second inning. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. The Mariners go quietly in their half of the second. We'll be back in just a few for the San Diego Padres, bottom half of theirs. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check out his channel and let him know that Last Raps Baseball sent you. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple with all the action. Welcome back, everybody. We are in the bottom of the second inning, and it is Luke Voigt to face Logan Gilbert here. The first two pitches were a breaking ball down and a fastball that caught the outside corner. So the count is 1-1 to Luke Voigt. Gilbert back into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit into left field. Racing over to his left is the left fielder, Sam Haggerty. He slides and stops the ball and comes up throwing, and that is going to hold Luke Voigt to a long single. A really nice play by the left fielder Haggerty to have to race over and to stop the ball before it got up the alley to be able to get to the wall. Fantastic defending by Haggerty. And that is a long single for Voigt, who leads it off here in the second inning, and that's going to bring up Eric Hosmer to the plate. Sometimes you'll see defenders, they just don't have that movement, or they have the ability to be able to get to the ball. If that was a player who didn't have the speed of Haggerty, that ball might have got all the way to the wall, and Voigt would be standing in scoring position at second base. So here comes the first pitch to Hosmer. It's a fastball swung on. This is grounded up the middle past the glove of the second baseman, Frazier. That's going to get into center field, and just like that, back-to-back singles. The Padres have something brewing here in their half of the second inning, and that is going to bring up Nomar Mazara. For Mazara on the season, he's batting .278. He's got 2 homers and 13 RBIs. Mazara is looking to make San Diego his home here, as he began his career with the Texas Rangers. He then had a stint with the Chicago White Sox, and he had an uneventful stay with the Detroit Tigers last year. But here he is in San Diego. And through 27 games, he is starting to produce and finding a spot to be able to play in their lineup. So he's looking like a player of old when he was with the Rangers, when he was driving in 100 runs back in the 2017 season. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line, and it is going to be just foul. It's a nice play by the ball girl to make a catch before it went into the seats. She gets a round of applause. Flashing the leather down the left field line. Got to sign her up. That is just a long strike for Mazara. She does a great job to be able to cut it off before it got into the seats. There was a young fan over there who brought his glove, thought he was going to make the play, but she robbed him of it. So here's the 0-1 offering to Mazara. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Mazara. This is the only game going on in Major League Baseball right now. All the other games are later starts. So we're glad you guys are with us today for this one. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field. Running back on it is Frazier, but that's going to drop down in front of the right fielder, Dylan Moore. And that is going to load the bases, as Voigt is going to have to stop at third. So a bleed job into right field. Mazara has got himself a single. Hosmer advances to second. Voigt is at third. The bases are loaded. That is going to bring up former Mariner Austin Nola. For Nola on the season, he's hitting .237. He's got a couple of homers and 23 runs batted in. He was involved with the trade from the Mariners to the Padres. These two teams know each other well, especially on the trade market. He was traded with Austin Adams and Dan Attavilla. And in return, it was Ty France, Luis Torrens, Taylor Trammell, and Andreas Munoz who went to the Mariners. A lot of those players are still in each other's lineups. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded to third. Home for one, and that is all they're going to get. Nice play by Suarez, who fires it out. It's going to be able to erase Luke Voigt on the force. That's going to be out number one. He is retired 5-2 on the putout. Hosmer advances to third. Mazzara goes over to second, and Nola is going to reach first on the fielder's choice. So the bases remain loaded for the Padres. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. We saw Grisham the other night as we did a Padre game, and he really struggled. He found it very, very difficult swinging the bat, and he was reflection of this season. He's batting .188. He's got 8 homers and 32 RBIs. Here comes the first offering from Gilbert as a fastball swung on it is lifted into shallow left field. Haggerty underneath it. He makes the catch, and he fires it back in, and it's a beautiful throw to the plate. And the runner, Hosmer, at third, who is tagging, has to stay. As that ball was not hit deep enough, Grisham is gone for the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up C.J. Abrams to the plate. So the Padres who have loaded the bases here with nobody out, are in danger of not cashing a run in here as they bounced into a fielder's choice and now a fly ball to left. As that brings up C.J. Abrams to the plate. Abrams getting the nod at shortstop. He's hitting .206 with a homer and 7 RBIs. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Abrams was a top pick of the San Diego Padres. He was their first-round pick in the 2019 draft. There's a breaking ball that misses down. Nice block by the catcher, Raleigh. Keep that ball in front, and that evens the count at 1-1. But Abrams had blown his knee up in spring training a couple seasons ago, and he put him out of action. He is just sort of returning to form now. The 21-year-old is, as we said, in his 34th game now. He's got 97 at-bats. He's hitting only the .206. So here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 2-1. Abrams only has 1 stolen base this year. It was sort of his deal that they thought that he would be a guy that could run a little bit. There was also talk about maybe with Fernando Tatis as the shortstop that maybe they would trade his glove for a center fielder's mitt. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count goes even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Abrams. The bases are full of Padres with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. This would be an opportunity lost if they're not able to cash at least 1 run in. So here comes the 2-2 to Abrams. Gilbert kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 3-2. So the runners will be on the move here. As it is 3 balls and 2 strikes, and there's nowhere to put Abrams. The crowd in San Diego is coming alive as they're cheering for their hometown Padres. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up into left center field. Moving over underneath it is Julio Rodriguez. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it. The Padres, they threaten, but they don't score. There was no runs in the inning. There were 3 hits. There were no errors, and 3 runners left aboard. And at the end of 2 complete innings, it is the San Diego Padres nothing, the Seattle Mariners nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be here with us. Here is our friend Matt again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the third inning. It is going to be the bottom third of the batting order coming up for the Mariners. It'll be Adam Frazier, Dylan Moore, and Sam Haggerty to face the right-hander Mike Clevenger. Clevenger is cruised along. He's retired the first 6 batters of the ball game that he has faced today, and he has looked good in doing it, as he has definitely had some command and control of all his pitches so far. Here's the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lined right to the first baseman, Hosmer, who makes the catch. And with one pitch, there is a 1 away here in the third inning. And that'll bring up Dylan Moore. So that is 19 pitches so far for Clevenger, 18 in the first 2 innings. He's been very efficient. Able to throw his fastballs for strikes, his breaking balls, everything right now with accurate precision. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner at 96 for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 on Dylan Moore. Moore's batting 171 on the season. He's got 4 homers and 12 RBIs. He gets the start in right field today. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted foul behind home plate on the first base side, and that is going to run the count to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. The Mariners have played a really good ball. They're 11-3 since the 21st of June. That is 11 of the 14 games. There's a fastball taken on the outside corner for a called third strike. Moore stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 2. And he is retired. And that's going to bring up the left fielder, Sam Haggerty. So Clevenger is not wasting any time throwing strikes here today. And he is picking the corners apart on the Mariners so far. So Clevenger is in this motion on the mound. He's really got a little bit of a wiggle going on. And then he rocks himself into the windup. Here comes the pitch. And it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Haggerty had squared the bunt, but he pulled back. Almost looked like it was a token offering. So no balls and 1 strike it is to Haggerty. Clevenger rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Sam Haggerty. So we said in that last half inning on the leadoff single by Luke Voigt, which actually ended up turning it around. That's a play that you don't see in the box score. Haggerty did a fantastic job of racing over to his right to cut off a ball so it didn't get to the wall, and held Luke Voigt to a long single. And then the following singles by Hosmer and Mazzara loaded the bases. But had Voigt been able to have reached there, probably it would have been a base hit. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the right field line. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble. And it is gone. A home run for Sam Haggerty. He has opened up the scoring here for the Mariners in the top of the third inning. And he is now up 1-0. And And that is going to bring up the top of the order, Julio Rodriguez. So we've got Rodriguez stepping up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. He has struck out his first time up. We said before the ball game he was named the American League Player of the Week. And Rhys Hoskins was actually named the National League Player of the Week, as he is off to an absolutely outstanding start. Here comes the offering from Clevenger. It's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to J-Rod. J-Rod is in the midst of an 8-game hitting streak. As he waits on the offering from Clevenger, there's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-1. It is fun to watch this young player. He has all the tools. He's got speed, he's got power, he's got a glove, and he's got a cannon for an arm. All the tools that you need to play the game. Here comes the offering. It's 1-1, and it's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. And Julio Rodriguez is going to extend his hitting streak to 9 games with that single, and that'll bring up the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. One would have to think that he is going to be in a situation where J-Rod is going to be in a spot here to be able to steal. He's got the oven mitt going on to the left hand. Clevenger holds at the belt, and he fires over to first base, and diving back in time is J-Rod. He hasn't got the oven mitt tied up yet. A lot of players, they like to wear the oven mitt these days. The old school guys would just take off their batting gloves and hold them in each hand. So J-Rod's got a bit of a one-way lead at first base, and here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 1-0 to J.P. Crawford. Crawford today is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. His average has dipped to 266 on the season. So here comes the 1-0. Clevenger holds at the belt, and now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball that is swung on and missed. And the count is now 1-1. J-Rod is probably not just looking for a good pitch to run on, but trying to size up the pitcher here, Clevenger, on how he holds his runners as well. So here comes the offering to Crawford. There goes the runner. It's a fastball outside, pitch out. The throw is down. It's not in time as Julio Rodriguez slides in safely. That's going to be his 21st stolen base of the year. The throw was a little bit high, and it was on the right field side of second base. Rodriguez goes headfirst into the bag. He is safe. The tag did come down, but it was on the leg as it went by. Abrams applies the tag. But that is not in time, and that is going to be a stolen base for J-Rod. The pitch was a ball to Crawford. That's going to run the count now to 2-1. So Clevenger back to work. He delivers a breaking ball that misses inside, but that has actually hit Crawford, and he is going to get the base. As Paul Emmel, the home plate umpire, has awarded him base. So Crawford is aboard, and that is going to put runners at first and second, and it's going to bring in Eugenio Suarez to the plate. As we get a look at that one, boy, oh boy, I think they want to look at that one on the replay. That one, I don't believe, even hit the batter. I wonder if they're going to be able to replay this one. It hit the glove of the catcher. And they're not going to go to replay on that one. That was a very interesting call. It looked like it had actually popped out of the mid of the catcher and then off the foot of the hitter. The home plate umpire has awarded the base, and here comes the first offering to Suarez. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. At least that's the angle that we were looking at. Eugenio Suarez has taken over the strikeouts department. Patrick Wisdom of the Chicago Cubs was leading the league in strikeouts. But Eugenio Suarez has passed him. He's got 111 on the year. He is 0 for 1 today as he had flown out to right field his first time up. So Clevenger checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. J-Rod is playing with his oven mitt. He can't seem to get one that he likes. He got a second one that came out, and he's still struggling to be able to strap it up. Here's the pitch from Clevenger. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. He's still playing with that mitt at second base. He only wears it on the right hand. He doesn't wear it on his left hand. It's probably the one that he heads to the base with or feels most comfortable with. There's a fastball that misses inside to Suarez, and the count is now 2-2. Some of the Mariner players are still wearing their gear from the 4th of July weekend. Suarez has got a sleeve on his left arm with the stars and stripes on it. So the players have chosen to continue to wear the stars and stripes. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lined over to third. And that is picked up on 1 hop by Machado. He throws to first. And Suarez is going to be retired on a 5-3 putout to end the inning. So for the Mariners in their half of the third inning, they got 1 run on the home run by Sam Haggerty. They had 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 2.5 innings. It is the Seattle Mariners 1, the San Diego Padres nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the third inning in just a couple moments. Glad you guys could be here with us today. Big Jock New is in the house. He says the Padres will lose. And you may be right on that one. The Padres have not played great baseball as of late. But stick around. We're going to find out soon.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, or creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. After the game, be sure to go check him out. It is a 1-0 Seattle lead here in the bottom of the third inning. It was the home run by Sam Haggerty that broke the deadlock. It'll be the top of the order coming up the bat to face Logan Gilbert. And it is Jurickson Profar who stands in and takes a breaking ball for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. For Profar, he is 0 for 1 today. He flew out to center field his first time up. He's got 8 homers and 38 runs batted in on the season. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is now 1-1. Profar trying to get the fire started here for the Padres in the bottom of the third inning. They squandered an opportunity with leaving 3 aboard in the bottom of the second. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Logan Gilbert. Gilbert gets the sign from his catcher, and now he rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it is popped up foul, but it's going to reach the seats down the third base line. That evens the count at 2s to Profar. Profar getting the nod in left field today. When he began his career back with the Texas Rangers, he was considered to be a shortstop of the future for them. And he ended up moving over to second base, and then he was jettisoned to the Oakland Athletics. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. This is the third hitter in the ball game that Gilbert has went to 3-2 with. So here comes the offering from the right-hander. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to second. It is juggled by Frazier, but he keeps it in front, picks it up, and throws out Profar. Goes as a ground out 4-3 for out number 1 here in the third inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. For Machado, he's hitting .318 on the season, entered the game at .318. He's slipped to .317. He's got himself 12 homers and 46 runs batted in. Machado, the other night when we saw the Padres play, he had a really, really great night at the office at third base. He is an outstanding glove. There's a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. In some ways, you have to wonder why Manny Machado collected more gold gloves than he has. He's got to his name. He's got an absolute cannon, and he's able to go to his right, range to his right very well. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul into the stands. It's going to reach the seats, and that's going to run the count at 0-2. He is a 5-time All-Star, is Machado. Machado was the All-Star for the first 4 times in his career with the Baltimore organization. They went dry for a little bit, and he got back to the All-Star game last year. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2 to Machado. He got off to a very hot start this year. Originally was a shortstop in the Baltimore organization. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly to third. Suarez picks it up. He fires to first. And that is going to retire Machado on a ground out 4-3 for out number 2. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. For Cronenworth, he is 0 for 1 today. He has lined to the second baseman his first time up. Cronenworth batting .243 on the season. He's got 7 homers and 43 runs batted in. He gets himself dug in at the plate. And now he waits on the offering from Gilbert, who kicks and delivers. It's a changeup that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Logan Gilbert has a very easy delivery. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that just misses low, and the count is 2-0. Not really sure I like the way that Cal Rowley received that last pitch. He was very quick to get rid of it. Didn't really paint the picture for the home plate umpire. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The glove work of the catchers can make the difference positively or negatively for the outcome of the pitches. And that pitch, the second one, as we said, to Cronenworth, was a 50-50 pitch. Those are the ones that the catchers have to win for their pitchers. When he just received it, looked a very lazy glove work. There is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 3-1. Even that last pitch there that Gilbert just threw, the glove work of Raleigh, a little bit dicey. So here comes the 3-1 offering. Gilbert rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers, and there's a fastball that misses inside. And that is going to be ball 4. That's the first walk allowed today by Gilbert. So Cronenworth gets himself a 2-out free pass, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Luke Voigt. Voigt is a dangerous hitter. He is batting .229, but he's got a lot of pop in the stick. He's got 10 homers and 35 RBIs on the year. So Voigt steps in. He's got a very upright stance. When we saw him the other night, looked like he'd lost a little bit of weight from his days with the Yankee organization. And there's a first pitch fastball swung on it, has popped up. You can see that the Mariner catcher and also the San Diego catcher battling the sun have a hard time picking it up to see where it went. That ball was fouled away. It was into the seats. They're going to need some extra help from their pitchers today to be able to help them out, point out where it is. They're really slow to react, and I think that's got to do with the high skies. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1 to Voigt. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The action here is all started with 2 out in the 3rd inning with Cronenworth reaching base. The last inning, the Padres loaded the bases and failed to score. Here comes the pitch from Gilbert. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. If we have to go back and look at a point in the game where there may have been a squandered opportunity lost, we could point to the 2nd inning for the Padres. We're still early on, but to leave the bases loaded after getting 3 consecutive singles, that is not good for the offense. So Luke Voigt is in the hole at 1-2. Here comes the pitch from Gilbert. It is a fastball at 99 miles an hour that just misses off the outside corner. And the count is 2-2. There is more help on the way, too, for the Padres, as Emerson Hancock, who was their number 1 pick out of the University of Georgia a couple of years ago, he is making his way through the minors. The Mariners are a pitching-rich organization right now. There's a breaking ball down in the dirt. It is got away from the catcher. They fire down to first, and Cronenworth just able to get back in time. Cronenworth had read the ball down. He started to take off towards second, but Raleigh did a great job of recovering the ball. And then, by able to keep it in front, Cronenworth had to slam on the brakes, but he had to scamper quickly to get back to first. But the tag was not in time by the first baseman, Santana. So here comes the 2-2 offering now to Voigt. And he kicks and delivers. It was 3-2, and that is a fastball that misses inside. And that is going to be ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued now by Logan Gilbert. We hadn't applied that ball that was in the dirt. And Scott Service, the manager for the Mariners, is up on the steps of the dugout. He's got a couple of things to say to the home plate umpire, Paul Emmel. Now the pitching coach is on his way to the mound. There's going to be a conference. Mariners on the mound. Paul Emmel entrusted to call the balls and the strikes today. As we said, it is a sunny and beautiful day in San Diego. And when is it ever beautiful in San Diego? If you've never been there, it's a great place to visit. The San Diego Zoo, Little Italy. You've got the aircraft carrier as well in San Diego. Lots of things to do. Of course, Tijuana is right there too. And I can say from my end of things, I didn't spend hardly any time in Tijuana. I took the bus when I went to San Diego down to Ensenada. Beautiful drive down the Baja California coast. There's a fastball that misses outside the Hosmer, and the count is 1-0. The stadium itself is in a beautiful setting. A chance to sit in about 3 different locations. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0 to Hosmer. So Gilbert digging himself into some trouble here. He's making a hole, and he's going to have to find a way out of it. Our friend Troy is in the house today. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 3-0. We appreciate you for stopping by and checking out the game. So 3 balls and no strikes to Hosmer. It is Nomar Mazara who waits on deck, the for the offering. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded, and it is through the legs of Adam Frazier, and it's going to go into right field, and then having a difficulty picking it up, and then they throw it back in. It goes off the glove of Frazier. We've got all kinds of stuff going around out here. So it is going to be an error on the second baseman. So that'll be E4, as it was through the legs of Frazier. It was a routine ground ball that would have ended the inning. And then the right fielder struggles picking it up, and as Dylan Moore throws it back into the infield, he throws it, it goes off the glove of Frazier. So we had a bunch of calamity going on all over the place as Cronenworth came home to score. So he is going to score. It is going to keep Luke Voigt is the runner at third base. Hosmer is at first, and Nomar Mazara steps up to the plate. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Mazara is 1 for 1 today. He singled his first time up. He bats from the left side against the right-handed throwing Gilbert. Here comes the 0-1 offering. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. So a couple of circus-type plays. Both of these two teams are some of the best fielding teams in all of baseball. The Mariners have the best defense, arguably the best defense, and the Padres number 2. They don't make many errors. They are 1-2 in all the major leagues and the fewest errors committed. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 0-2 to Mazara. So back-to-back walks with 2 outs to Cronenworth and Voigt. And then the error on the batted ball by Hosmer has evened the score up at 1s here between the Padres and the Mariners. There comes the 0-2 from Gilbert. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 0-2. This is the only game going on in Major League Baseball today. All the rest of the games are going to be starting at 6:40 Eastern Time or 3:40 Pacific. So about an hour and a half away for more games to get underway. There's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field. Racing back is Haggerty, and he makes the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Padres in their half of the third inning. But they got some runs, as they got 1 run in the inning by Jake Cronenworth. They had 1 run on the benefit of no hits. There was an error, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 3 complete. It is the Seattle Mariners 1, the San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action here in the top of the 4th inning. Here is our info on J-Rod.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero O'Clock Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the fourth inning. It is going to be the heart of the Seattle batting order coming up to bat for the Seattle Mariners. It is going to be Carlos Santana, Cal Raleigh, and Abraham Toro, 4, 5, and 6 in the order. The Padres were able to tie it up in the bottom of the third after the Mariners went ahead on a Sam Haggerty solo shot in the third inning. An error by Adam Frazier allowed Jake Cronenworth to come home from second base after there were 2 walks, 2 two-out walks. And that is where we're at right here. The score is knotted at 1 apiece. And here's a first pitch fastball that just misses low from Clevenger, and the count is 1-0. Santana today is 0 for 1. He flew out to left field his first time up. His average has dipped to .217 on the campaign. Clevenger with his quirky motion, and he rocks and delivers. There is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. In some ways, it reminds me of the pitcher for the Houston Astros. I believe it's Luis Garcia, who is rocking the baby. I don't think it's Christian Javier. I'm trying to remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure it's Garcia who is the one who kind of cradles and rocks the baby. Well, this is kind of similar. He's got all this little footstep stuff going on. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted to deep right field. Moving right back onto the warning track is Mazara, and he's going to make the catch up against the wall. And Carlos Santana is going to be gone for out number 1 here in the fourth inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher, Cal Raleigh. For Raleigh today, he is 0 for 1. He grounded to the second baseman his first time up. His average has slipped to 193. The switch hitter is batting left-handed against the right-handed throwing Clevenger, who is back doing his Texas two-step on the mound as he waits on here with Raleigh. I don't know why he does this particularly, but as I said, it's probably to disrupt the rhythm of the hitters. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. To me, it looks like there's a lot of wasted energy that it goes on from Clevenger. You would have to think that he's expending energy he could probably be using in other ways. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. He rocks into the motion, and here he delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate. Again, the catcher, Nola, was struggling to pick up where that ball was. Much like his counterpart, Cal Raleigh, when Raleigh's behind the plate. Any balls that are popped up straight, they're having trouble off the crack of the bat to see where it goes. So Clevenger, again, rocking on the mound, waiting to give the 0-2 offering to Raleigh. He rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away. That runs the count now to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Raleigh. Clevenger works quickly with nobody on. He's got himself ready to go. Here comes the motion, and he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted foul. It's going to go off the auxiliary scoreboard just past the first base dugout. That's going to keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is a game that we would have expected coming into this one to be a pitcher's duel. There has been action on base paths for both teams. Both pitchers have had moments where they have got themselves into a groove. Clevenger started the ball game retiring 8 Mariners in a row before Sam Haggerty broke that up. There's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side, and the count remains at 1-2. The outfield is supposed to be a strength for the Mariners, and it is a strength, but it's having to show its depth right now. As Mitch Haniger is on the 60-day DL, Kyle Lewis is about ready to return from concussion protocol. Taylor Trammell is injured with a hamstring issue. There's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul behind home plate. The count remains at 1-2. And of course, they had sent one of their top prospects, Jared Kalenich, back down to the minors as he was struggling in the early part of going of this year. So Sam Haggerty and Dylan Moore getting their opportunities where they may not have been getting the opportunities before. We've got Alan Jones in here. He says, what's going on and who's likely to win this one? That's a great question. I would have said before the game I might have given the edge to the Padres. There's a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Raleigh. And the reason I say that is because I would have given the nod to Clevenger. Taking a look at the lineups, the Mariners are a little banged up right now, even though they've played well in their last couple of weeks. That would have been my thought process on it. I would have given the edge to the Padres. Even though the Mariners won yesterday, I think that the Padres are probably more likely to have the edge here today with a stronger lineup. There's a fastball swung on it as pop foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. This bat is turning into a bit of a marathon now for Raleigh. This is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. He's fouled off a bunch of pitches. He's got a nice two-strike approach. He does choke up on the plate, or up on the bat, and he moves up on the plate a little bit from where he normally stands, or at least that's how it looks to us. He does normally stand fairly deep in the box, and also off of the plate. He does open up a little bit here. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now runs to 2-2. But now they appeal down to the third base umpire, and they say that he went. That was a late call from Bruce Dreckman. We're going to go back and take a look at that one. That is down in the dirt. He did swing at a ball, that is for sure. And Dreckman goes up with the right hand, and that is going to retire Raleigh, as he is going to be down on strikes for out number 2. And so 2 away, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Abraham Toro. For Toro, today he is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. And the first pitch is a changeup that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Toro is batting 186 on the season. The switch hitter has got himself 7 homers and 22 runs batted in. As we mentioned in the second inning, he was acquired in a trade from the Houston Astros last year, an interdivision trade. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. It raises eyebrows when teams make interdivision trades. So here comes the 1-1 offering from Clevenger. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is now 2-1. You often wonder, is there something that you know that we don't know about the other player? We want to get him out of our clubhouse, or is it somebody else that's in that trade? So here comes the 2-1 offering to Toro. He kicks and delivers, does Clevenger. It's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats on the third base side. And the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Abraham Toro bats here with 2 out in the top of the 4th inning. As we said, the game has had opportunities where the teams have had traffic on the base paths. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-2. But Clevenger here has an opportunity to retire the side for the 3rd time in 4 innings in a row. And here comes the 3-2 offering now to Abraham Toro. Toro waggles the bat. Clevenger does his dance on the mound. And now he rocks into the motion. He kicks and he fires. It is a fastball that misses down. And Toro is aboard with a 2-out walk. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Adam Frazier. For Adam Frazier, he has really struggled since the Pittsburgh Pirates sent him packing to the Padres before the trade deadline last year. It was a peculiar trade why Adam Frazier was sent over. There really was a logjam, and still kind of is a logjam in San Diego. They had Jake Cronenworth playing second base. They had Tatis at short. He went out and spent a lot of money on the Korean shortstop Ha-Seong Kim, who is not in the game today. And then they went out and got Adam Frazier, who was having an all-star season for the Pirates. So it was a logjam in the middle of the infield. Didn't know where to put players. And then at the end of the season, he has now moved his act over to the Mariners. Frazier has been struggling ever since he left Pittsburgh. Last year, he His numbers were about 60 points lower when he came over to San Diego, and this year he's hitting 50 points below what he hit in San Diego. He's batting .218 on the season, and here's the first pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. Frazier is 0 for 1 today as he lined the first baseman his first time up. He also has only a couple of home runs this year. He doesn't particularly steal a lot of bases. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field for a base hit. And racing over to third is going to be Toro. He is going to get there safely as the throw comes into second base. So Frazier gets himself a 2-out single. That puts runners on the corners. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Dylan Moore. So just like last inning, all of the damage against Clevenger came with 2 out. And it's been the same thing for the Mariners. Their runs last inning that they allowed to the Padres, or the run that they allowed to the Padres, was all with 2 out. So Dylan Moore steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. He struck out looking his first time up. And the first pitch to Moore is a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Moore is batting 170 on the season with 4 homers and 12 RBIs. As we mentioned, he is not one of the top 3 choices, or for that matter, top 5 choices to be playing in the outfield with the M's, but with the injuries, they don't have a lot of options. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. As we said at the top of the inning, they're missing Kyle Lewis, Mitch Haniger, Taylor Trammell, all out on the disabled list. So none of these players were factors or considered to be factors in the lineup, but they're getting their opportunity to play. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and instead it's thrown over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner, Frazier. So Clevenger ready to go back to work. He gets his sign from his catcher, Nola. He comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line. It's fair. It's into the corner. It's going to be extra bases for Moore. 1 run is in. Adam Frazier digging around third, and he's heading home. And that is going to put the Mariners in front 3-1. That is a 2-run double for Dylan Moore, as that ball hugged the line right down into the corner past Manny Machado. He had no chance to be able to stop it. And he's going to get himself a couple RBIs. And again, all with 2 outs in the inning. The Mariners are doing damage. A walk, a single, and now a double have jumped them out in front 3-1 on the Padres. And that's going to bring up the left fielder, Sam Haggerty. But before we see that, it's going to bring the pitching coach out of the Padres dugout to have a conference with Clevenger. Clevenger has not been able to put the Mariners hitters away. He gets the first 2 outs in the inning, and then he lets them off the hook in both the third and the fourth innings. Paul Emmel is slowly waking his way out to the mound to break up this conference of Padres. So up steps the left fielder, Sam Haggerty. Haggerty's had a nice afternoon so far today. He had that home run in the third inning to break the ice, to put the Mariners up 1-0. He also made a really nice defensive play to hold Luke Voigt to a single. As we said, there are things that won't show up in the box score. That would have been one of those type of plays. So here comes the first offering to Haggerty. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. That was Haggerty's first home run of the season. In the third inning, he's yanked his average up to 267. Of course, Haggerty has not played a whole lot for the Mariners this year. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's down for a base hit. Mazzara comes up throwing. Here's the throw to the plate. It is offline. Sliding in with the 4th run of the game is Dylan Moore. And the Mariners have now got themselves a 3-run lead on the RBI by Sam Haggerty. That was a hanging breaking ball that Haggerty was able to turn on. The runner, Moore, got himself a good break. The ball was thrown in. It was offline. Haggerty stays with a single. And Moore is the fourth run of the ball game for the Seattle Mariners, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Julio Rodriguez. So J-Rod steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. He's got a single and a strikeout. And they throw over to first base as they're concerned with Haggerty. And diving back safely he is. Haggerty can run a little bit. In his limited time with the Mariners over the last 3 seasons, he's got 11 stolen bases. Mind you, that's only in 169 at-bats. So Clevenger kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses inside to Rodriguez, and the count is 1-0. Rodriguez has raised his season average up to 277. It just keeps climbing up the ladder. As we said at the top of the stream, he was the American League Player of the Week. He had an outstanding week for the M's. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. The count is 1-1. He really flashed some bat speed on that last pitch. Looked like he wanted to turn that one around and put the Mariners up by a couple of more runs. So the runner at first is Haggerty. Clevenger leans in, and he now comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. Off goes the runner. It is breaking ball swung on and missed. Haggerty slides into second base safely with a stolen base. The count is going to be 1-2 to Rodriguez, but Haggerty gets himself a bag. And now he is in scoring position with 2 out. And that is going to give the opportunity for J-Rod to get himself an RBI. Haggerty had to hang on for dear life as he almost overslid that base. He reached into second. The throw was a pretty good throw from Austin Nola. It was right on line, but it was just a little bit late. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Rodriguez is down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. But more damage done, and lots of it here for the Mariners in their half of the 4th inning. There were 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 3.5. It is the Seattle Mariners 4, the San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. The bottom of the 4th inning. We're glad you guys could be here with us today. Here is our friend Matt again.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. After the game, be sure to check out Matt Hollis. That's another Hollis build. He is a San Diego native and a supporter of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Matt. Whether you are a Padre fan or not, be sure to check out his channel after the game. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with the call at the bottom of the 4th inning. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It is the Seattle Mariners 4 and the San Diego Padres 1. It'll be the bottom third of the batting order to come up to face Logan Gilbert. It'll be Austin Nola, Trent Grisham, and C.J. Abrams. Let's see if they can get some things going here against the Mariner right-hander who kicks and delivers a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Gilbert allowed a run in the third inning, all with 2 out, as he issued a couple of walks, and then the error by the second baseman Frazier allowed the run to score, and that was knotted the game up at 1. And then the Mariners scored 3 in the top of the 4th. There was a fastball swung on it, is bounced over to Eugenio Suarez. He fields it, he throws across the diamond, and Nola is gone on a ground out, 5-3 for out number 1 here in the third inning. That is the second assist by Suarez today in the ball game. He's had one back in the first inning, and now that's the second one. There have been 4 of the outs have been retired on the ground today by the Seattle Mariners, 4 of the 10 outs in the game. Check that. That's 5 if you include the fielder's choice. The rest have either been strikeouts or in the air. And there is a first pitch breaking ball or fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is 0-1 to Trent Grisham. Grisham bats. He is hitting 188 on the season. He has got 8 homers and 32 RBIs. And there is a fastball that gets away from the catcher, Cal Raleigh. It's going to even the count at 1-1. Had a chance to see the Padres play the other night. The word I would describe Grisham would be confused at the plate. There's a fastball that misses up, and the count is now 2-1. He does not look like he has a good feel right now. He was called out on strikes the first 2 times he came to the plate. And then he struck out another time, swinging, and there's a fastball swung on. This is popped up. It is going to be over by the third base dugout. Eugenio Suarez over, and he's got time and room. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire Grisham for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, C.J. Abrams. For Abrams today, he is 0 for 1. He flew up to center his first time up. He is batting .204 on the season. He's got a homer and 7 RBIs. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line. Haggerty races over, but he's going to watch that ball drift into the seats. There's a man with a Manny Machado jersey, makes the catch as he's falling over his buddy. And then he hands the ball off to a youngster who was probably with that same entourage that he's with. And so they're going to have a ball that they're going to be able to take home. He's getting high fives from everybody. Great catch. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Abrams is aboard with a 2-out single. And that is going to bring up the top of the order in Jurickson Profar. This has been the theme for both the teams, for both Gilbert and Clevenger, as they have been giving up 2-out hits. Our friend the living room is in the house. He says he took San Diego on my long round robin parlay. I don't know if I'd be confident in something like that right now. Before the ball game, I thought that the Padres may have the edge, but it's not looking that way right now. There's a fastball that misses outside to Jurickson Profar, and the count is 1-0. Profar, the switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Gilbert. Gilbert looks over at first to check the runner Abrams. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It is getaway day in San Diego as the Mariners are going to be returning home to face the Toronto Blue Jays. A 4-game set. They'll get tomorrow off, and then they play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against the Blue Jays. The Padres, they also have tomorrow off. But then they are going to be hosting the San Francisco Giants on Thursday. That'll begin a 4-game homestand. There's a fastball swung on it. It is popped up over on the left side of the infield. It is playable. Suarez camping out underneath it, and he makes the catch. And that is going to do it as Profar is gone for out number 3 here in the 4th inning. So for the Padres in their half of the 4th, there was no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are through 4 complete innings. It is the Seattle Mariners 4, the San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few with the call of the top of the 5th inning. Glad you guys could make it out here with us. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Here is our friend Matt again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
That's right, everybody. Be sure to check out Matt Hollis after the game, Another Hollis Build. He is a friend of our channels, and in turn, we like to support Matt. Be sure to check him out. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call of the top of the 5th inning. Welcome back, everybody. Mike Clevenger back on the mound to start his 5th inning of work, and he delivers a first pitch breaking ball that misses down and into J.P. Crawford for ball 1. And the count is 1-0. Clevenger working back in the motion. He delivers a breaking ball that is swung on and it's pop foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side of home plate, and the count goes even at 1. Just a few programming notes. We are slated to do a couple of games on the weekend as we do the NPB from Japan. We will be doing those at 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to check out those. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into shallow right field. Racing hard on it is Mazzara. He's going to make the catch. And J.P. Crawford is going to be retired for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up Eugenio Suarez. Suarez is 0 for 2. He has flown out to right, and he is grounded out to third his 2 times up. His average has dipped to 238 on the season. Our friend Ryan is back in here, and he says his $40 is hopefully turning into $80. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed by Suarez, and the count is 0-1. We always hope that is the case for people, that when they have decided to place their wagers, we always pull for them. And for you as well. Here comes the pitch from Clevenger. It's a breaking ball that misses down, but Suarez waved at the pitch, and the home plate umpire, Paul Emmel, has now run the count to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Suarez will be followed by the first baseman, Carlos Santana. And here's the pitch from Clevenger. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside. And the count is now 1-2 to Suarez. Clevenger wastes very little time. He wants to get the ball and get back at it when he's going from the windup. And here comes the 1-2 offering. And Clevenger rocks into the motion, and he's ready to go. And we have a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. Looks like we have either a Japanese follower or somebody typing into the chat. We don't always know what that will be. And there is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 3-2. We do a lot of stuff with the Japanese games, and so hopefully we can have some of our followers that will come up in as well in the channel. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. It is to the right-handed hitting Suarez, and there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Clevenger gets himself a new baseball, and he rubs it up, and he's ready to go back at it with Suarez. And here comes the offering. Clevenger now rocks into the motion, and he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up into shallow center field. Moving back on it is C.J. Abrams, as is the second baseman Cronenworth. It'll be Abrams who will make the catch, and that is going to retire Suarez for the second out of the inning. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Carlos Santana. Our friend in the living room says it's Korean. Death is like the wind. Pretty ominous. Well, maybe that's what they're saying about here. Sometimes we can't always get the translations up quick. If you're over on the site, you can copy, paste, put it into the Google Translate. There's a breaking ball that misses, and the count is 1-0. Maybe he's giving the color commentating on Ha-Seong Kim, who's not in the lineup today. Here comes the 1-0 offering. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now even at 1-1 to Santana. That is the one that we're talking about, as we had that posted up there. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Kicks and delivers, does Clevenger, and it is grounded into left field. Again, another 2-out base hit for the Mariners, as Santana is aboard with a single. That is 3 innings in a row that they have reached with 2 away. For whatever reason, Clevenger just can't seem to put the lid on the jar in the last 3 innings. He retired the first 2 in the 3rd inning before Sam Haggerty hit a home run. He retired the first 2 in the 4th inning before the Mariners kicked up their heels and scored 3 times. And now it's going to bring Cal Raleigh to the plate, who is 0 for 2. He has grounded to second, and he has struck out. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Raleigh. Raleigh batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Clevenger. Raleigh is another switch hitter in the lineup. They have a couple do the Mariners. So here comes the 1-0 pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right center field. Racing back on it is the center fielder Grisham. He's going to make the catch. Raleigh took it for a ride, but not far enough as he sent it to the deepest part of the ballpark. And he is going to be retired for out number 3, and that's going to do it here for the Mariners in their half of the 5th inning. There was no runs. There was 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 4.5. We're at the halfway point of the ball game. It is the Mariners 4, the Padres nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The bottom of the 5th inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could bounce in here today and check this out. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher, another friend of our channels. Be sure to check out him after the game. He has got all kinds of wild and crazy stuff to keep you entertained and occupied. It is Tuesday, and that means Takeover Tuesday on his channel.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, Everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check out his stuff after the ball game. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order to come up and face Logan Gilbert here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That means it's going to be Machado, Cronenworth, and Voit. So the right-hander Gilbert ready to go to work here against the third baseman Manny Machado. Machado is 0 for 2 today. He is grounded to third and grounded to second. He takes a fastball on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. As we were starting to give some programming notes, we are slated to call a couple of ball games this weekend for the Japanese League, as we normally do. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Machado. We will be back on the air tomorrow for the Guardians and the Tigers. It'll be the conclusion of their 4-game set in Detroit. So hopefully you can pop in and listen to it there. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right center field. It's going to get down, and it's up the alley. It's off against the wall. Rodriguez fields it. He throws it back in. And Machado has got himself a leadoff double here in the 5th inning. And that'll get things going for the Padres, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. So the Guardians and the Tigers on the docket for tomorrow. And then after that, it's a bit of a game time decision on what we're going to do. We've contemplated maybe going Thursday, making a run down to Seattle, get the Mariners and the Blue Jays live. We'll try to do something with that. I'm not sure how we're going to produce that one. But we're also going to be able to try to get a couple of the other games in as well. So we'll see how that all works out. There's a first pitch. Fastball delivered to Cronenworth, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So we may try to give ourselves either Thursday or Friday. We're going to look at the pitching matchups and see what there is. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 to Cronenworth. So if there is a decent matchup on Thursday, then that would be the day. It looks like Marco Gonzalez is going for the Mariners. They haven't announced the Blue Jays starter. It would probably be Kevin Gossman, but he left the game early the other day as he got hit in the foot. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field. Rodriguez makes the catch. Machado is going to stay at second, and Cronenworth is retired for out number 1. Now, if that does work out, then we're eyeballing the Friday night affair. But again, not 100% sure what we're going to do on either of those nights. So that will dictate and alter the call of these games here if we end up making a journey down the I-5. And Logan Gilbert steps off the rubber, and getting back to second is Machado. Luke Voit is now the hitter. He is 1 for 1 today. He's also drawn a walk. He's raised his average up to 232. So Gilbert leans in, gets the sign from his catcher, Raleigh. He checks the runner, Machado, at second, and there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Voit. We're also 50-50 on maybe bringing a late-night game, and we watched the Rockies and the Dodgers as we were doing some diamond surfing last night. We're contemplating adding another game to our late-night schedule today and giving that one a whirl. That is a game-time decision. Don't really like the pitching matchup. It was originally supposed to be, I believe, Mitchell White on the mound. But it looks like it's going to be Marquez against Pepio. That looks like it's a opener for the Dodgers. There's a fastball that misses low, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Voit. So a little bit mixed on that one. Could do the Blue Jays and the Athletics, which is Kikuchi against Martinez, but that game is tough to have some interest for. So we'll kind of make it a game time decision. Those games will go at about 7 o'clock or 6:40 on the West Coast, 9:40 and 10:10 on the East Coast. There's a breaking ball that misses in the dirt to Voit. The count is 2-2. So we'll look to do something So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The runner at second is Machado. There's 1 away. And stepping off the backside of the rubber is Gilbert, as Voigt has asked for time. And now he's going to get himself back in the batter's box and get himself reset. So Gilbert holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats on the first base side of home plate. There's not a lot of places to hide right now in this ball game. If you were in San Diego, the sun is on you. As I had mentioned before, I've had the opportunity to get to San Diego and got a chance to move around. And there is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. Wherever I could move, the upper deck in the third base side, it is high skies and a lot of sun. If you don't like the sun, you don't want to sit there. Did like sitting down the right field line, had tickets right behind the first base dugout, which is the Padres dugout. Beautiful sight lines. Stepping off the rubber is Gilbert. And the count is still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Voigt. Gilbert checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Voigt is gone for out number 2 here in the 5th inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. For Hosmer today, he is 1 for 2. He singled in the second, and he reached on the error by Adam Frazier in the third. His average has skipped up a little bit to 274. So Hosmer gets himself dug in at the plate. Gilbert checks the runner at second. He delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Hosmer. Hosmer waggles the bat, waiting on the offering from Gilbert. He kicks and delivers, and there is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to second. It is fielded by Frazier. He throws to first. That's going to retire Hosmer on a ground out 4-3 for out number 3. And that will do it here for the Padres in their half of the 5th inning. So there was no runs. They strand the leadoff double by Manny Machado. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We are now through 5 complete. It is the Seattle Mariners 4, the San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The top of the 6th inning in just a couple minutes. We're glad you guys could pop in here and be with us today. Here is our friend Dave again.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the sixth inning. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order coming up for the Seattle Mariners. That means it's going to be Abraham Toro, Adam Frazier, and Dylan Moore. And it is a 4-1 lead for the Mariners as they go into the top of the sixth inning. 4-6-1 for the Mariners, 1-5-0 for the Padres so far in this one. And all of the action for both of the teams has come when there has been 2 outs. And so that is where we stand. The pitcher, Mike Clevenger, is ready to go back to work. The grounds crew had to come out and do a little bit of tamp work on the landing spot for Clevenger. He was complaining a little bit of where he was landing, having some challenges. He's got a fairly large stride. They say the average major league pitcher strides about 87% of their height. I wonder what Mike Clevenger would be marked in at, as Clevenger really gets down the mound. He's got a big frame, but he also has long legs, and he really uses those to his advantage. As we watch Clevenger warm up here as he's completing his tosses, we're a little bit delayed, as we said, because they had to do some gardening on the mound, a little bit of mound maintenance. And so here comes the throwdown from the catcher, Austin Nola. So it will be Toro, Frazier, and Moore to get things going here in the top of the sixth inning. Toro batting from the left side. As we mentioned, there are a couple of switch hitters in the lineup here today for the Mariners. Toro being one of them. Carlos Santana another, Sam Haggerty a third, Cal Raleigh a fourth. There's a fifth on the roster. That's Andrew Knapp, the other catcher. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. The Detroit Tigers feature a number of switch hitters on their roster. The only other team I remember in the last few years that seemed to have a pile of switch hitters, not so much now. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2 to Toro. At one time, the Los Angeles Angels, I believe, had 6 switch hitters on their roster. Of course, that has significantly changed more recently. So no balls and 2 strikes, and here comes the offering to Toro. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Toro is retired on strikes for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Adam Frazier. For Frazier today, he is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run his last time up. He also aligned to the first baseman. He's raised his season average up to 220. Clevenger rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the third base side. The count is quickly 0-1. As we said earlier, it's a beautiful day for baseball in San Diego. The sun is shining, the temperature is warm, and there is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Moving over underneath it is Jerkson Profar. He's going to make the catch. That is going to do it, as Frazier is gone for out number 2, and that's going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Dylan Moore. For Dylan Moore, he is 1 for 2 today. He drove in the second and third runs of the ball game for the Mariners with a 2-run double back in the 4th inning. There's a breaking ball that misses low, and the count is 1-0. He's also struck out looking his other at bat. He's raised his season average up to 177. Moore got the nod in right field today. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Clevenger gets a new baseball. He rubs it up, and he's ready to go back to work. Here comes the 2-0 offering. He rocks into the motion, and he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner. And the count now runs to 3-0. And so this theme is about to continue. After the first 2 innings where Clevenger was able to retire the side 1-2-3, each in the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th innings, either via hit or a walk, There's a fastball taken for a called strike. With 2 out, that is when the rallies have started for the Mariners. Mariners got their first run, a 2-out home run by Sam Haggerty. Then with 2 out in the 4th inning, they piled on the rest of their runs. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 3-2 now to Moore. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Moore waiting on the 3-2 offering from Clevenger. Here's the payoff pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled right off the mask of Aaron Nola. It's going to keep the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Moore in that last at bat, he cranked the double down the left field line that brought Toro and Frazier around to score. So here comes the 3-2 offering from Clevenger. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and this ball is belted foul. Well down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats. That keeps the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the offering from Clevenger. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the trend continues as this is the 4th inning in a row with 2 out. Clevenger has allowed a runner to reach base, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Sam Haggerty. Haggerty has had himself a good afternoon here today. He's got a couple of hits. He's got a home run and a single. He has driven in a couple of runs, and he has stolen a base. Haggerty has raised his season average to .290. Here he waits on the offering from Clevenger. He kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Haggerty began his big league career in a New York back in 2019. He had 4 at-bats with the club from Queens. He has been in a Mariners uniform ever since. And here comes the pitch. It is a changeup that misses outside. And the count is 1-1. Originally, he was a Cleveland Indian draft choice, but he was flipped to the Mets for Kevin Plawecki, along with another player, Walker Lockett. But he was claimed off of waivers in January of 2020 by the Mariners. This has been his organization for the last 3 seasons. As Clevenger throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Moore. This is going to be the 98th pitch of the ball game for Clevenger. He gets the sign from his catcher Nola, and he's ready to go to work. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. There goes the runner down to second. The throw down to second is in time, and that is going to nail Moore. It's going to go caught stealing 2-6 as he is erased for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Mariners, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 5.5 innings. It is the Seattle Mariners 4, the San Diego Padres 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few minutes with a call at the bottom of the 6th inning. We're glad you guys could bounce in here and check this one out tonight. Hang tight. We'll be back in a few. Would you like to support Last Drafts Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan. But we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Drafts Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the sixth inning. It is going to be Nomar Mazara, Austin Nola, and Trent Grisham to face the right-hander Logan Gilbert. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Mazara. Mazara is 1 for 2 today. He singled and he has flown out to left. He's raised his season average to 284. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-1 to Mazara. Mazara on the season has a couple of homers and 13 RBIs. He is batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Gilbert, who rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow left field. Racing hard is Haggerty. He slides, and the ball gets by him. Digging for second is Mazara, and he's going to go in there standing up. We're going to have to get a confirmation of what that was. I'm thinking that's probably going to be a double. That's exactly how the scorer is going to score that one. A double for Mazara. Haggerty had to come a long way for that. He had to slide. He tried to keep the ball in front. I'm not sure I like the way Haggerty played that one. I think he could have done a better job of getting around that to try to keep that ball in front. But it was a good effort by the left fielder to try to get there. The runner at second base is now Mazara, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Austin Nola, and he swings at the first pitch. He chops it back to the pitcher. Gilbert fields it. He runs toward first and underhands it to the first baseman, Santana, covering. It's going to go down as a ground out 1-3. It's going to advance Mazara to third. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. For Grisham, he is 0 for 2 today. He has flown out to left field, and he has popped to third. He bats with Nomar Mazara at third and 1 away. As we were talking about Grisham earlier, we said we saw a game with the Padres a few days ago and against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the word I would use to describe him was confused at the plate. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. Sometimes you can see players in a one-game setting or a couple of games, and you don't get a real rhythm for what they're doing over time. But based on the batting average and his approach and what you were watching with him at the plate, you were like, wow, this guy is having his struggles. So no balls and 1 strike to Grisham. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The Mariners do have action in the bullpen as former Padre Andres Munoz is up and throwing. So here comes the 1-1 offering. There is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2 to Grisham. One would have to think that with Logan Gilbert about to deliver his 99th pitch, that C.J. Abrams is probably going to be his last batter of the afternoon, no matter what happens to Grisham or Abrams. There's a fastball delivered that misses upstairs to Grisham, and the count is now 2-2. Just thinking about the pitch counts and the where Gilbert is at. His day is probably going to be coming to an end. The next couple of batters. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 3-2. So one would have to think if Grisham finds a way on, it'll probably be a visit to the mound and then the opportunity to get one more batter before Jerkson Profar steps to the plate. So here comes the 3-2 offering now to Grisham. Gilbert holds at the belt and he delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. And he's let Grisham off the hook as he's got himself a walk. That's going to put runners on the corners with 1 away. And that is going to bring Scott Service out of the bullpen. So maybe we're jumped the gun a little bit too soon. I would have thought that they would have given him 1 more. But Service is on his way to the mound. And he is calling for the right-hander Munoz. And so that is going to do it here for Logan Gilbert. The 2 runners aboard are his responsibility. And he is done for the day. Service is going to the bullpen. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We'll get you the information on Andres Munoz when we return. We appreciate you guys all for being here. Here's another one of our intros. Welcome back, everybody. This is one of those players that is familiar to the San Diego Padres, as he was originally with the Padre organization. He was traded by the Padres along with Ty France, Luis Torrens, and Taylor Trammell to the Mariners. All four of those players are still with the Mariners organization. It was Austin Adams, Dan Altavilla, and Austin Nola that went the other way. So Munoz is coming into the ball game. He is replacing the starter Logan Gilbert. He is going to be working in his 31st ball game this year. He's got a 1-3 record on the season. He has pitched in 30 innings. He's allowed 26 hits, 14 runs, 12 of which have been earned. He's walked 8, and he has struck out 45. So the Mexican right-hander is entering the ball game, and he is ready to take over now for the Mariners. And he is going to be entrusted to face C.J. Abrams with runners on the corners and only one gone. So Munoz in, Gilbert out. So this will be a clutch situation for Munoz, or a tough one that he's going to have to come in and find a way to pitch out of. The runner at third base being Mazara led off the inning with a double. He was advanced over to third on the ground out by Nola, and then the walk to Grisham has put runners on the corners. And that is the situation that we have here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So Munoz has done his warm-up tosses, and now he's ready to get at it. We're in a turning point of the ball game. The Padres are looking for some runs. The Padres have stranded 7 runners on board in the first 5 innings of the ball game. They need to try to punch 1 or 2 across here to get themselves back into it. So Abrams steps to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. He singled in the 4th, and he had flown out to center back in the 2nd inning. And here comes the first offering from Munoz. It is a breaking ball. It drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to the shortstop for the San Diego Padres today, C.J. Abrams. Munoz checks the runner over at first. And now he comes set at the chest. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line. Haggerty's coming over. He's fighting the shade. He's going to make the catch in foul territory. Tagging at third and heading home is Mazara. And that is going to be a sacrifice fly for Abrams, as he has retired for the 2nd out of the inning. And Mazara is going to come home, and he's going to score. So Mazara has scored the run, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. It was a difficult play for Haggerty, as Haggerty had to go into the left field corner. There's not a lot of shade right now in San Diego, but in left field there is. So the ball was going from the daylight into the shade, and Haggerty had to fight it off to be able to get it. Also tagging on the play was Grisham, as he is now the runner at second base. There's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0 to Joe Jerkson Profar. That pitch that Abrams had swung at, the fastball, was 102 miles an hour by the right-handed thrower Munoz. So 4-2 is the scoreline in San Diego. Profar waiting on the offering from the righty Munoz, who delivers a fastball that misses down in it, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Jerkson Profar. The runner at second is Grisham. They have 1 run in on the board here. They've cut the lead to 4-2. And here comes the offering. It is a changeup that comes in for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1 to Profar. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Profar waiting on the offering. Grisham establishes his lead at second. Munoz comes set at the chest. He checks the runner and kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 3-1. Paul Emmel, who's had a fairly generous zone today, has tightened it up a little bit here on the Mariner right-hander. But I'd have to say it probably was the right call. The glove work of the catcher, Cal Raleigh, a little bit to be desired. So 3 balls and 1 strike. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses inside at 102. That is a base on balls. Profar is aboard. And that is going to bring Manny Machado to the plate with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th inning. It's also going to bring in J.P. Crawford. And it's also going to be Paul Emmel having a chat with Cal Raleigh as he's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. I think that the catcher Raleigh wanted to know where a couple of those pitches were. So he's coming out to talk to his right-hander, Munoz. He's offering some words of encouragement, and now he's headed out. The pitching coach is also talking to Munoz. So they've had their conversation, and now that brings up Manny Machado to the plate. So there's already 1 run on the board here as it's a 4-2 lead. We're in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The Padres have got 1 back, and they've got runners on first and second. That conference is over. It seemed to take forever on the mound, and now Machado digs himself in, and he's ready to face Munoz for the first offering here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Munoz kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Machado. For Machado on the afternoon, he is 1 for 3 today. He's doubled and he's grounded out twice. So Munoz leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, and now he comes set. And he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Manny Machado. Getting himself set in is Machado, and now he's waiting on the offering from the right-hander Munoz. Munoz holds at the chest. And now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up. It's over on the third base side, but that's going to reach its way into the seats. That is going to run the count now to 1-2 on Machado. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The runner at second is Grisham. The runner at first is Profar. It's a 1-2 count on Machado. Munoz is in relief here as he's come in to try to retire the side. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. 102-mile-an-hour fastball, and Machado has gone on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. There was damage done as the Padres got a run back. There was 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 6 complete innings. It is 4-2 for the Seattle Mariners over the San Diego Padres. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action in the top of the 7th inning. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs, from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve. We'll be back in 30 seconds with a call at the top of the 7th inning. It is 4-2 for the Mariners. Hold tight. We'll be right back. Back, everybody. We are moving to the top half of the 7th inning. It is going to be the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order to face. Well, we're going to see it's going to be a pitching change. It is going to be Garcia coming into the ballgame now. A reliever for the San Diego Padres. So we'll get the information on Luis Garcia. It's his 32nd appearance of the year. He is 4-4 on the season. He's worked 29 2/3 innings. He's got a 3.64 ERA. The first pitch to Sam Haggerty is bunted down toward third base, and it is fielded by Garcia. And it is wild. He throws it away. Haggerty digging for two, and now he's safe. And they throw over to third, and he's trying to get to third, and he's going to be thrown out. Unbelievable play by the Mariners here. So we'll recap that one for you. It was a bunt down to the third baseline. The pitcher Garcia gets off the mound. He throws it away. Haggerty was racing all the way from first, and he tried to go first to third on it. It'll be interesting to see if they come back and they look for obstruction on this play, but I think that's going to be overruled. They throw down to second base, and Haggerty runs right by the shortstop who was covering the bag. Manny Machado was sleeping on the play, but was finally able to get to third base late. And he applies the tag on Haggerty. That's going to go down as a putout. 1 to 3 to 6 to 5. If you're keeping score at home for out number one. Haggerty trying to make something happen with his wheels. But now that's going to bring up Julio Rodriguez. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. That is what happens when you have the shift where players are moving all over the place. But Haggerty trying to make something happen as nobody was covering the third base bag. Machado was able to get back in time to apply the tag. So 1 ball and no strikes to Julio Rodriguez. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So we're going to have to get the information on that. That is definitely going to go down as an error, I would think. The official scoring hasn't been made quite yet. I can't see them giving Haggerty anything other than reaching base on an error. There's a breaking ball swung on, and that is missed. And that's exactly what it ends up being. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to J-Rod. There's one away here in the top of the 7th inning. At least we can say it added a little bit of excitement and drama to this game. And here comes the 1-2 offering. There's a breaking ball that just misses inside. Garcia started to walk as if it was strike 3. Started to do a loop of the mound. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. He is 1 for 3 today as he's got a single and a couple of strikeouts. Here's the offering. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 3-2. Garcia's got to try to keep his ball club in the ball game here, as they are down 4-2 right now to the Mariners. J-Rod has asked for time, and now he's going to get himself redug back in. Garcia gets onto the mound. He toes the rubber, and now he takes a look at the sign. He has another one of the pitchers who's got some weird things going on in his, when he comes set, there's a breaking ball swung on it, is popped up foul. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate, and that's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Julio Rodriguez. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Garcia leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher, Nola. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on it. Is tap foul over on the third base side. And the count remains at 3-2. Even if Haggerty would have stopped at second base in this situation, he would have still been in scoring position. But he decided to push the envelope and try to get all the way around to third. But no such luck. And here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted, or swung on and missed. And that is going to retire Rodriguez for the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up J.P. Crawford to the plate. Go back and take a look at that one. He had swung right through that one, did J-Rod. So Crawford steps to the dish. He is 0 for 2 today. He's been hit by a pitch. Garcia comes set at the belt. And here comes the first offering to Crawford. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. You can see why the Padres like this right-hander. He's been mid-upper 90s. Last pitch was at 96 miles an hour. He's going to be able to work on his location a little bit here. Here comes the 1-0. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball at 98, taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Garcia holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers to Crawford. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. Ranging to his left is C.J. Abrams. He crosses the bag at second base, fields the ball, and throws to first. And that is going to do it as the Mariners are gone 1-2-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. There was no runs. There was no hits. There was an error. And nobody left the board. We're now through 6.5. It is the Mariners 4, the Padres 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The bottom of the 7th inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be here to check this out with us today. Here is our friend Matt again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Jake Cronenworth, Luke Voigt, and Eric Hosmer. They are going to be set to face the hard-throwing right-hander out of the Mariners bullpen, Andreas Munoz. He is back up on top of the mound. He retired 2 of the last 3 batters that he faced in the 6th inning. And it will be the left-handed hitting Cronenworth to face him here. Cronenworth is 0 for 2 tonight. He's walked and scored a run. There's a 100-mile-an-hour fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is quickly 1-0. So Cronenworth waiting on the offering from Munoz. Munoz holds at the chest, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Cronenworth. Cronenworth digs himself in, and Munoz gets the side from his catcher, Raleigh. And here comes the offering. It is a changeup that is swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. So he sits around 100 miles an hour on his fastballs, and that changeup dropped in at 88. Had Cronenworth way out in front. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Munoz leans in. He gets the side from his catcher, and now he comes set. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and Cronenworth is going to go for a little stroll around the batter's box. It's going to keep the count at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. There is action up in the Seattle bullpen as Eric Swanson is up and throwing. We would expect that Munoz is trying to get through this inning here, and they'll turn it over to the next pitcher, and there's a fastball swung on and missed. And Cronenworth is gone on strikes for out number 1 here in the 7th inning. That's going to bring up Luke Voigt. For Voigt, he is 1 for 2 today. He singled and struck out. He has also walked. He has raised his season average up to 231. Voigt is a big, strong character. We said that it does look like he has trimmed down since his days with the New York Yankees organization. He doesn't seem to be as big across the chest. He's still a big guy. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left center field. Racing hard is Julio Rodriguez. He dives and he makes the catch. Voigt is hanging out at first base, but there's high fives all around as Julio Rodriguez had to come a long way to get that one. We're going to watch the replay of that, and he is able to make the catch and hang on. A beautiful catch by the center fielder. That is going to retire Voigt for out number 2. Alan Jones pops in. He says, almost forgot thumbs up. Appreciate you, Alan, for being here. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully you've been listening to the games, but that and hopefully we'll see again in the future. So here comes the offering to Eric Hosmer. It's a fastball at 102 miles an hour taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Hosmer today is 1 for 3. He singled, he reached base on an error, and he's also grounded out to the second baseman. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. As we say, we do appreciate everybody who checks in to the stream, and hopefully we can provide you guys some entertainment for sure. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, and this is lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to keep the count at 0-2. As we mentioned, we may add in another game later this evening. We're contemplating the Dodgers and the Rockies, add that onto our schedule. We'll be back for the Tigers and the Guardians tomorrow. So hopefully we can make it all in for the calls of those ones. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is going to remain at 0-2 to Hosmer. The rest of the week, a little bit in doubt, as we do our normal Japanese games on Friday and Saturday night. The clarity of our schedule will come to fruition probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. So hopefully we can add a few more games onto the belt here before the end of the week. And there's a fastball swung on and missed. And Hosmer has gone on strikes for out number 3, and that is going to do it here in the 7th. Oh, no, that ball has actually been ticked on. So we had him swinging and missing, but it wasn't held on by the catcher. It's going to keep it at 2 strikes. So 0 balls and 2 strikes to Hosmer. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. They do have Hosmer in the pull position. The way Hosmer reacted on that swing and miss is that he was done, but the catcher Raleigh wasn't able to hang on. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Here's the offering from Munoz. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And now that is ended what we thought was going to happen a moment ago. That is, he is gone for out number 3. So for the Padres, there's no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are through 7 complete. It is the Seattle Mariners for the San Diego Padres 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the 8th inning in just a couple of moments. We're glad you guys could be in here with us today. Whether you're listening live or on delay, it is much appreciated. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher again. Be sure after the game, check out his channel. Let him know Last Raps Baseball sent you.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Raps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Raps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you can see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Raps Baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is going to be Eugenio Suarez, Carlos Santana, and Cal Raleigh on to face Luis Garcia. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Our friend Steve Rademacher's brother is in the house. That's John Rademacher. He has popped in to listen, and we thank you for being here, John. It is Takeover Tuesday on the Rademacher channel, so be sure to, after the game, check out and see what Steve's brother has for you to offer. I haven't been over to look at today's yet myself. I'm still in shock from the Miller Park one that you did about a month or so ago. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-2, where John had himself a Miller Light, I think it was, because John really doesn't drink. And there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. But the reaction of him spitting out the beer was priceless, because I think that there are a lot of people who might say that about Miller beer, just in general. So here comes the 1-2 offering now to the right-handed hitting Suarez, as Garcia delivers a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 1-2. So make sure you get over to Steve Rademacher's page, and you can see his Takeover Tuesdays, as it is the day that is here. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Suarez. Garcia on for his second inning of work. And here comes the offering to Suarez as he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Suarez has gone on strikes for the first time today. He is out for out number 1 here in the 8th inning. That'll bring up the first baseman, Carlos Santana. This Luis Garcia, a lot to like about the big right-hander. He can get there and throw hard, and he's got a lot of movement on his pitches. Got a chance to see both the starters today, who are quite different. Clevenger throws hard. He's able to spot up his pitches. Logan Gilbert's got a lot of movement on his. Now that we've gone into the bullpens, it is going to be turning into the battle of the bullpen between now and the end of this one. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1 to Santana. Santana is 1 for 3 today. He singled in the fifth. He's flown to left and flown to right his other 2 times up. They have him into the shift as Jake Cronenworth is playing in the rover position in right field. Abrams and Hosmer are the other 2 fielders on the right side of the infield. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Carlos Santana. Garcia throws hard, but he's got a lot of movement on his pitch. That is maybe the one difference between Garcia and Munoz. Munoz might throw a little harder for the Mariners, but he does not have the movement that Garcia does. There's a breaking ball that swung on. It's tapped foul over by the first base coach's box, and that's going to run the count to 1-2 on Santana. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Cal Raleigh who waits his turn on deck as the Mariners are batting here on the top of the 8th inning. And here's the 1-2 offering from Garcia. It's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. The count is 1-2. That pitch there had a lot of light life to it too. Looked like it was going to start in on the hands, and then it broke across the plate a little bit, and that Santana went after it and fouled it away. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Holding the ball at the belt is Garcia, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up over on the third base side. It's a long way in which that Machado has to come as he's positioned in the shortstop position, but he's going to make the catch in foul territory, and that is going to retire Santana. That is the range of the third baseman Machado, as he's able to come a distance to be able to get that fly ball for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Cal Raleigh. That is the one drawback of the shift is in a situation like that, a routine pop fly, which would have been in foul territory just to the left of third base, would have been an easy catch if the fielder was in his normal position, but Machado had to come a long way to get it. And here's the first pitch delivered to Raleigh. He squares the bunt. That ball is going to be fouled off for strike number 1. They do have the shift on for Raleigh. Machado is in the shortstop position. It's a shallow shortstop. Abrams is sort of in the traditional second base position. Cronenworth is in shallow right in the rover spot. And the rover spot, to me, is between the right fielder and the infield dirt. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle. It's backhanded by Abrams. He throws over to first. It's not in time. And there is another ball that's put in play that would have beaten the shift. We're in normal position. Abrams probably makes the play and retires the side here, but that is going to allow Raleigh to reach base on an infield single. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Abraham Toro. We had quite a stretch in the game from the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and even the 7th inning the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th innings, when Clevenger was on the mound, that he was able to get the first 2 outs of the inning, and then that's where all the action started for the Mariners. So here comes the first offering. It's a fastball that misses down and in to Toro, and the count is 1-0. Paul Emmel, the home plate umpires, really got to stay in on these pitches because for the reliever Garcia, he's got so much backdoor run on the pitch. So 1 ball and no strikes. You can't give up on the late life on the pitch. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to second. Cronenworth fields it. He throws to first. And Toro is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. It's going to go down as a ground out 4-3. And he has retired for out number 3 here in the 8th. So for the Mariners in their half of the 8th, there was no runs, there was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is the Seattle Mariners 4, the San Diego Padres 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom of the 8th inning. We're glad you guys could be here with us.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We do have a pitching change. The Seattle Mariners are going to the bullpen, and they're going to bring on Eric Swanson. Swanson is entering the game, and he is going to be facing the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the batting order for the Padres. It'll be Nomar Mazara, Austin Nola, and Trent Grisham slated to come to bat. So Swanson is, Munoz is out. So Swanson will be taking over here. For Swanson on the season, he got no record. He's pitched in his 23rd ball game. He's worked 21 2/3 innings. He's allowed 14 hits, only 2 runs, and both have been earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 30. He's got an ERA of 0.83. He is in his 4th season with the Mariners, and he'll be taking over here to throw in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Mazara, Nola, and Grisham to face the right-hander Swanson. Swanson is a decent-sized fella. He stands at 6'3". It was originally an 8th-round pick of the Texas Rangers back in the 2014 draft from Iowa Western Community College. And he delivers a first-pitch fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. That Reaver program from Iowa Western has been generally a power in terms of JUCOs. They've always been in the World Series over the last few years. Maybe not every year, but they've always been a team that has been competing for the JUCO World Series in Grand Junction, Colorado. But they do have a coaching change as their coach looks like he's moving on somewhere else. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So Iowa Western Community College was where Swanson went to school. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here comes the 1-1 offering to the hitter Mazara. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander now comes set at the belt. And he's ready to kick and deliver. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into shallow right field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of the right fielder Moore. Mazara is aboard with his 3rd hit of the ball game. Mazara had a double and a single earlier, and now he's got another single. So Mazara is having himself an afternoon. And hopefully he can find himself back into the ways of his younger years with the Texas Rangers. He had some really nice seasons. We were talking about it earlier. But he found himself a bit of rut. He got run out of Texas. He did not have a great year in Chicago. The Tigers had him and then released him. Now he has found a home in San Diego. We do have a visit to the mound from the Mariners pitching coach. He's out to talk to Swanson, as Austin Nola is scheduled to come to bat. So Nola is 0 for 3 today. He has grounded out twice and bounced into a fielder's choice. There is more action in the Mariner bullpen as Paul Sewald is up and throwing. So one would expect that this here's going to be a little different. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Nola. It's going to be Jorge Alfaro coming in. Alfaro did not get the start tonight, but he did play last night. When we popped over and checked in on the Mariner game, it was during the rain delay of the Cardinals and the Atlanta Braves, and Jorge Alfaro had himself an infield hit. He really got down the line quickly. That was the latter part of the ball game. So Alfaro in the ball game here, pinch hitting for Austin Nola. And here comes the first offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Alfaro batting from the right side, a native of Colombia. We had talked in one of our previous streams how there have been a rash of players that have come to leagues more recently from Colombia. It's something that you probably would have never thought a few years ago. And there's pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 1-1 on Alfaro. So 1-1. We were talking about the Colombian-born players that were in the major leagues, as Alfaro is just turned 29 last month. There has been 29 Colombian players that have played Major League Baseball, and 26 of them have appeared after the 2000 season in the major leagues. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. So the gold rush for Colombian baseball has been since 2000. The names that I think of, they're no longer playing anymore, but Orlando Cabrera and Edgar Renteria got the ball rolling. They had 15 and 16-year careers in the bigs. So here comes the 1-2 offering as Swanson holds at the belt. He kicks and he fires. There's a breaking ball that misses up and in, and the count is now 2-2. But current players who would be considered household names, Jose Quintana, the pitcher who's with the Pirates right now, had some good years with the White Sox and the Cubs, or Cubs and then the White Sox. And also Julio Teheran. He's bounced around a little bit now, but he was with the Atlanta Braves for a bit. So here comes the 2-2 offering. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and that keeps the count at 2-2. Some other names that are producing at the big league level. I think of Gio Urshela, who's with the Minnesota Twins now. He was Colombian born, and Donovan Solano has bounced around. He's been in the big leagues for 9 seasons. So Solano is still kicking around in the big leagues. Harold Ramirez. Harold Ramirez is with the Guardians right now, and he's had some decent games. There was a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 2-2. Luis Patino, a arm, and of course Jeter Downs just got a recent call up with the Boston Red Sox. So those are some of the Colombian-born players who are finding their way in Major League Baseball. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to Alfaro. Right-hander Swanson delivers. It's a fastball, misses off the outside corner. Now the count goes to 3-2. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat for Alfaro. He's come off the bench and really worked Swanson over. Waiting on deck is Trent Grisham. So the runner, Mazzara, gets the lead at first base. And here comes the offering to Alfaro as Swanson delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Alfaro has gone on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the center fielder, Trent Grisham. Swanson elevated the fastball, got it up in the zone, and Alfaro swing right through the pitch. A little bit of high heat there. and he could not catch up. And so now Trent Grisham steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2 today. He has flown to left and popped to third. He has also drawn a walk. So Grisham steps in. He waggles the bat, and now he is ready to face the first offering from the right-hander Swanson, who delivers a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Grisham waggles the bat. The runner at first is Mazzara. He establishes his lead. And here comes the offering from Swanson. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and now the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Grisham. You have to start wondering at what point in time the Padres are going to start to want to sit Grisham down. I watched him against the Dodgers on the weekend, and he struggled, and he is struggling here as well. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. The count is 1-2. You'd have to ask Bob Melvin what his thoughts are long-term, but maybe just not just long-term, also thinking about what it will be like if they sat him down, or if they maybe sent him down, maybe to rejig himself a little bit, because there's a lot of talent in this ball player. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Grisham, and here comes the offering from Swanson, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count runs to 2-2. Sometimes players, they want to play every day. It helps their timing and stuff, but maybe you just have to give them a rest, give them a mental break to get out of the funk. Because Grisham should be better than a 187 hitter. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Grisham is retired on strikes. That's the second strikeout of the inning for the right-hander Swanson, and that's going to bring up C.J. Abrams. So Abrams strides to the plate. He is officially 1 for 2 today. He singled in the 4th inning. He's flown out, and he hit a sacrifice fly and knocked in a run back in the 6th inning. And here's the first offering from Swanson. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Abrams waggles the bat. And here comes the offering. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Camping out underneath it is Julio Rodriguez. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Padres in their half of the 8th inning. So for the Padres in their half of the 8th, there was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We are now through 8 complete. It is the Seattle Mariners 4, the San Diego Padres 2. Stick around, everybody. We're going to bring this home for the 9th inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could pop in here and be with us today. Whether you listen live or on delay, we're always glad you're here. Hang tight, everyone. Here's our friend Dave.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
We're going to the bottom or top of the 9th, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment with the call. Hang tight. We'll be right with you. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 9th inning. It is going to be Adam Frazier, Dylan Moore, and Sam Haggerty, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the batting order to come to bat for the Mariners. The Mariners will be facing a relief pitcher as Luis Garcia's day is done. We'll get you the specs on the reliever in just a couple moments as they are going to the bullpen. And it is going to be, looks like it's going to be Taylor Rogers coming in for the San Diego Padres to finish this one off. And it is Rogers who is indeed coming in. He's got a 3.03 ERA on the season. The left-hander had come over in a trade before the season started from the Minnesota Twins. He's going to be in his 34th game. He has got an 0-4 record on the year. He's worked 32 2/3 innings. He's got 38 strikeouts to his name. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. And the count is quickly 1 ball and no strikes to Frazier. Frazier today is 1 for 3. He has singled. He is also lined out to first and flown out to left. So here comes the offering from Rogers. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Frazier. The left-hander Rogers gets the sign from his catcher Alfaro, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down or swung out down and away. And the count is now 1-2. Alfaro in the ball game now to catch for the Padres as Austin Nola's day is done. So Frazier waits on the 1-2 offering. Here's the pitch from Rogers. It's a breaking ball that gets away from the catcher Alfaro, and that's going to run the count to 2-2. Alfaro's got the hockey goalie mask that he wears at here, and here comes the offering now. He doesn't use the buzzer right now either for the pitcher Rogers. So here's the 2-2. There's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 3-2. The buzzer is attached to the right knee of the catcher. That is when they get the runner at second base. They're communicating out. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like our Korean friend is back in the house, leaving us messages. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. And Frazier is gone for out number 1 here in the top of the 9th inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Dylan Moore. So Moore steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. He's doubled and knocked in a pair of runs. He has struck out looking and he walked. He was also erased trying to steal second base. He's pulled his average up to 177 on the year. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. As we mentioned earlier, the Mariners are banged up. They have 3 of their outfielders, Mitch Haniger, Taylor Trammell, as well as Kyle Lewis, all out of action. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is 1-1 to Moore. Rogers ready to go back at it as he checks the sign from his catcher Alfaro. He holds at the chest and now he kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Rogers, a tall, lanky left-hander, was on his first inning of relief here. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that handcuffs the catcher Alfaro, and it squirts away, and that's going to run the count to 3-run. So 3 ball strike. Rogers is listed at 6'3" and 190, but he looks a lot taller than that. Maybe it's because he's on the thin side for the frame of 6'3". There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into left field. It's down. Keeping it in front is the fielder Profar. Digging for 2 is Moore. And there is the slide into second base, and Moore is going to get in there safely with a 1-out double. Nice play by Dylan Moore. Now, the play by Jurickson Profar. Profar did a great job to get over to cut it off. He was able to slide to keep the ball in front, but the ball squirted away from him. And then he had to come up throwing, and Moore got into second base as he was coming hard out of the box. Very similar play to what we witnessed back in the early part of the ball game when the second inning, when Luke Voigt had hit a single out into left field. And Sam Haggerty, the left fielder for the Padres, had to come over and slide and stop it. We're able to hold Voigt to a single. So we said those are little things that don't always show up in the box score. There's a breaking ball that misses down to Haggerty. And so that might be a very similar situation here. A base hit here should score Moore. But they've got Moore in trouble at second base, and now they have picked him off. Moore had started to look like he was wanting to run to third, and the pitcher Rogers did an inside move, and he was able to pick off Moore very easily at second base. That's going to go down as a pickoff. 1-4. As Cronenworth applies the tag, he didn't even get back to the bag. So that is wasted for out number 2, and that's obviously got Haggerty at the plate with a ball and no strikes. So 2 away here in the 9th now. Some heads-up baseball by the Padres. And here comes the offering to Haggerty. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field, and that's a base hit. That would have been probably a RBI as well. That may come back to cost the Mariners. That is the difference in this ball game. And we think about things again. Profar doesn't quite get over in time, doesn't make the runner to a single. And then he gets picked off, and the next thing you know, a base hit by Haggerty, and it could have been a whole different ball game. So that brings up the top of the order in Julio Rodriguez. Rodriguez steps to the plate. He is 1 for 4 today. He has a single and has struck out 3 times. He also stole the base back in the 3rd inning for his 21st of the year. And here's the first offering from Rogers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. Our friend Ryan says, should have been bigger odds. Let's go Mariners. Yeah, it's been interesting in this one. He's got some money on the line. And here comes a breaking ball. This is swung on, and this is going to be lifted over the head of the second baseman in the right center field. Digging hard for third is Haggerty. He goes first and third on the base hit by Rodriguez. And the Mariners have something brewing here in the 9th inning. With 2 on and 2 out. That Dylan Moore pickoff is going to come back to haunt the Mariners if they can't cash something in here. Just makes you wonder what Moore was thinking in that situation. He was already in scoring position. The knock by Haggerty, we probably would have scored him, and now the knock by Rodriguez definitely would. They've got runners on the corners. Rodriguez is definitely a threat to steal. It is J.P. Crawford at the plate, but we'll have to keep our eyes on Haggerty at third base as well because he can run. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to J.P. Crawford. Be curious to see if Rodriguez is on the move. So here comes the 0-1 offering. Rogers holds, he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that just misses inside. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to J.P. Crawford. We are in the top of the 9th inning. There is 2 gone. The Mariners have runners on the corners, and Rogers is working here to Crawford, and he throws over to first base, and getting back easily is the runner Rodriguez. Crawford gets himself back in the box. He's ready to face the offering from the left-hander Rogers. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field, and it's over the head of Grisham. And it's up against the wall. 1 run is in. Rodriguez is rounding second. He's heading to third. Heading to third is Crawford. He's going to be safe. Rodriguez scores. It's a 2-run triple for J.P. Crawford. And the Mariners have extended their lead to 6-2 over the Padres. Well, maybe the pickoff at second base of Dylan Moore won't come back to haunt them. But that is a 2-run triple for Crawford. The outfield was in a bit shallow. They had to try to throw the runner out in a position. And that ball was hit over the head of the center fielder Grisham, who had to track it down. He had no chance to get it. Went all the way to the wall. He has to pick it up on the warning track, and then J.P. Crawford turned on the Jets, being able to go from home all the way around to third. And the Mariners now have that lead of 6-2. But we may have to take a look here on the replay. I don't know if they're going to challenge this one or not. They are going to review it. The runs will cross the plate, but they're going to take a look to see if J.P. Crawford had come off the bag at third base. If I have to make my opinion, it's probably going to be a double with 2 RBIs, and they're going to end up getting Crawford at third. He beat the bag. He was there all the way through, but then his hand left the base, and Machado kept the glove applied to his leg. We're getting a different angle of it now. Machado also does a pretty good job of blocking the bag. We're going to have to see what they view in New York and what they feel is going to be the call on this one, as the challenge on the field is the safe call at third. He definitely was there in time. The question was, did he come off the bag? And it's worth a challenge here in the top of the 9th inning. It's not like you can save him for the 15th inning. We may not even get there. So as the umpires are waiting on the decision, is Bruce Dreckman and the home plate umpire Paul Emmel are on the microphones to New York. Bob Melvin is waiting for the decision as well. It's the one thing I'll say is that it just takes too long to make these decisions sometimes. If you can't make the call on the field in an appropriate time, then how can you make it with the replays? The replays just take forever. And so here comes the call, as Paul Emmel has taken the microphone off, and it is going to be safe for Crawford. He is safe at third, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. We witnessed a play last night in the Cardinal-Brave game. It was a neighborhood play at second base, where the second baseman Goslin for the Braves had missed the bag at second, and we thought it was definitely going to be a neighborhood play. The umpires overruled it. I think if I was the manager, Snitker, for the Braves last night, I'd be wanting to know what was the decision of why that was overruled. He definitely had missed the base, but he was in the neighborhood. And so here comes the first offering to Suarez. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. This situation here, they may have had an angle that we didn't see that allowed Crawford to get into the base safely and remain on the base. So here comes the 0-1 offering to Suarez. It's a breaking ball, swung on it, is tapped foul, and that is going to run the count now to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. It's a pretty healthy crowd in San Diego today. We mentioned a few years ago, we're down in San Diego, saw the Cubs and the Nationals. And if I was giving somebody advice, they talk about food at the ballpark, what kind of food you like, and so on and so forth. They had a seafood burrito that was legit. The problem was you had to line up forever for it. There was a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away. And the count is 1-2 to Suarez. Really good seafood burrito if you're at the game at Petco. Make sure you try to indulge. If you're ever at Seattle, the Mariners A lot of people like the garlic fries in Seattle. Here's the pitch from Rogers. It's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Suarez. The garlic fries smell good. The problem is they get to be soggy when you're halfway through them. If you want something really, really good, get the pulled pork nachos if you're on the club level. So here comes the 1-2 offering, and it is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in on it is Profar. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it as the Mariners are retired, but they add on a couple of more runs. They had 2 runs in the inning on 4 hits. There were no errors, and there was a runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is the Seattle Mariners 6, the San Diego Padres 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the bottom of the 9th. In just a couple of moments, we're glad you guys could be here with us. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 9th inning. It'll be the top of the Padre batting order. It'll be Jerkson Profar, Manny Machado, and Jake Cronenworth. We are anticipating a pitching change as the Mariners will probably be going to the bullpen. I'm anticipating Paul Sewald, who was warming up, should be the one who is coming in, and that's exactly who it is, as he is looking to finish this one off. It's no longer a save situation, as the Mariners have now a 4-run lead. Sewald is coming in to close this one out for the Mariners. It's his 31st appearance this year. He's got a 3-2 record. He's 9 of 11 in save opportunities. He's got a 2.73 ERA. He has walked 7 and struck out 32 in 29 and 2/3 innings of work. So he is taking over here as the right-hander for the Mariners, as he's got Profar, Machado, and Cronenworth, the top of the order, and try to set down here to bring home a Mariner win. So the Padres send the top 3 hitters in their order to the plate. And here comes the first offering to Profar. It is a fastball, take it for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Profar today is officially 0 for 3. He's flown to center. He's grounded out. He has popped to third, and he has walked. His average on the season has dipped to 241. And here's the pitch from Sewald. It is a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2 to Profar. Just a reminder, after the ball game, we'll come back and wrap this one up. We will check the out-of-town scoreboard, as some games are now underway across Major League Baseball. The evening games on the West Coast or the East Coast are now starting to trickle in with their starts. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to right field. It's going to get down in front of the right fielder, Dylan Moore, and Profar is aboard with a leadoff single here in the 9th. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Manny Machado. Our friend Ryan is pretty excited about the score here, as he's taken the Mariners to win this game. As they say, it's never over till it's over. The Padres have a potent lineup, but they're going to need some instant runs here to be able to close the gap on the Mariners here in the 9th inning. So here comes the first offering to Machado, and it's a breaking ball that misses down and away. Down as quickly. Ball and no strikes to Manny Machado. We're here in the bottom of the ninth inning. The Padres are trailing by 4, and Sewald is on the mound for the Mariners. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So Manny Machado, the experienced veteran hitter for the Padres, waggles the bat, waiting on the offering here from Sewald. Mariners want to close this one out to complete the mini 2-game sweep of the Padres. There's a fastball that misses outside. And now the count is 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Jake Cronenworth is waiting his turn on deck. They really haven't had a ton of production from the top of the batting order for the Padres today. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 3-1. It has been the action has come from the lower part of the order. Nomar Mazara has 3 of the 4 hits. 3 hits and 4 trips to the plate today. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 3-2. So Mazara hitting in the 6th spot. Luke Voigt in the cleanup spot was on base a couple of times. So has Ben Hosmer. But the table setters at the top of the order for the Padres to this point have not done much. Here comes the 3-2. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 3-2 to Manny Machado. As we mentioned, we will be back on the air at Gatewaves again tomorrow for the Guardians and the Tigers from Comerica Park. That'll be an early game. We may add an extra one here a little later tonight. That'll be a bit of a game time decision. There's a fastball swung on. It is popped up, and it's going to reach the seats behind home plate. It's going to keep the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The rest of the week, the schedule will be set up here in the next 24 to 48 hours, so hopefully you guys can make it in with us. We're going to be busy on the weekend, calling the Japanese games, certainly on Saturday night. We'll probably squeeze a couple of Major League games in as well. So here comes the 3-2 offering. Sewald kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Machado has gone down on strikes for the first out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up. Bring up the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. For Cronenworth today, he is officially 0 for 3. He's lined to second. He's flown to center. He has struck out and walked and scored a run. So here comes the first offering to Cronenworth as he digs in at the plate. Bay Area EA Sports says another game tonight would be awesome. We're going to probably do the Dodger game against the Rockies if we can possibly arrange that. There's a fastball that misses in, and the count is 1-0. I'll have to wait and see what we've got. We do appreciate everybody for checking us out today. And for those of you who are new here, we thank you for stopping in and listening. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and there's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base dugout, and that's going to keep the count now, or bring the count now to 1-1 on Cronenworth. If we get 2 in today and we get 1 in tomorrow, then we probably will take, more than likely, probably take the Friday off, either Thursday or Friday, trying to get down, as we said, to see the Mariners and the Blue Jays. Drive down the I-5 and catch us some ball, but we'll probably look to post some highlights. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into shallow right field, and camping out underneath it is the right fielder Moore, who's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Cronenworth for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to Luke Voigt. Luke Voigt is striding to the plate. He is 1 for 3 today. He has a single. He's struck out and flown to center. He's also walked in the second time up, so 1 for 3 today officially for Voit. He has lifted his season average to 230. Voit has the open stance, and Padres are down to their final out of the ball game. Here comes the first pitch from Sewald. It is a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I'm sure the Mariners right-hander would like to wrap this one up right here. Padres are looking to keep it going. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's the breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. We'll say this about Sewald. He's got a lot of movement on that breaking ball. It is almost a sweeping pitch. He can throw it for a strike, and then he can bait the hitters where it's got a lot of run on it. You start thinking it's going to be over, and the next thing you know, it is in the other batter's box. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and now the count is 1-2. So the Padres are down to their final out here, and they also down to their final strike. Profar establishes his lead at first. Sewald gets the sign from his catcher, Rowley, and he comes set. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Luke Voit has gone on strikes, and he has retired for out number 3, and that is going to do it here. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. Your final score is the Seattle Mariners 6, the San Diego Padres 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments to wrap this baby up. We're glad you guys could be here with us. Make sure check out Zero Fox Sports after the game. Let him know Last Drops Baseball sent you, and he'll put you in for a free pack of card entry. Mystery pack he'll send out to you. Hang tight. We'll be back and wrap it up.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. It's today's Zero Fox Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are just going to do a little wrap up here. There are games going on around Major League Baseball, and we'll get you caught up on those. The Mets and the Reds are just about ready to get underway. The Angels and the Marlins are 0-0 in the bottom of the third. In the top of the second is the Rangers and Orioles 0-0. Top of the second, the Philadelphia Phillies are up to a 1-0 lead over the Nationals. The top of the second, the Yankees and the Pirates are knotted up at zeros. The Tampa Bay Rays, after a half inning, have jumped out to a 3-0 lead on the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox are coming to bat in Boston. It is 0-0 between the Cardinals and the Braves, but the Cardinals are threatening. They've got runners on the corners with 2 out in the top of the first. And all the other games are later starts. The only final in Major League Baseball today was this one. The Seattle Mariners knocked off the San Diego Padres 6-2. The scoring recap on this one, in the third inning, Sam Haggerty got the ball rolling with a solo shot with 2 out, put the Mariners in the lead 1-0. The Padres responded in their half of the third. After 2 outs, it was a 2-out walk to Jake Cronenworth. Luke Voit walked. Eric Hosmer reached on an error, and that brought Cronenworth home. And the score was all knotted up at ones. In the top of the fourth inning, all with 2 out, Abraham Toro walked. Adam Frazier singled. And then Dylan Moore had a 2-run RBI double, knocking in Toro and Frazier. Then Sam Haggerty singled, knocking in Moore, and that extended the lead to 4-1. Well, it stayed that way until the sixth inning, until Nomar Mazar stepped up and had a leadoff double. Then it was Austin Nola who grounded back to the pitcher, moved Mazara over to third base. Grisham walked, and then C.J. Abrams hit a sac fly to left field that brought home Mazara, and this made the score 4-2. That score stayed until the top of the ninth inning. And then with 1 out, Dylan Moore doubled. He was picked off at second. And Sam Haggerty singled. Julio Rodriguez singled. And J.P. Crawford hit a 2-run triple to make the final score 6-2 for Seattle. Your final line is 6-11-1 for the Mariners, 2-8-1 for the Padres. Logan Gilbert gets the win. He goes to 10-3 on the season. Clevenger takes the loss. He drops to 2-1. Once again, everybody, we do appreciate everybody for stopping in on our channel here today and listening to us. We may try to come back later tonight. We're going to make that decision here in the next hour and a half or so. We appreciate you guys all for being here and checking out the game. Once again, it's been another Last Wraps Baseball video production. We hope we see you guys again later. Come on back and see us again. Look for our game later tonight, but we'll definitely be on tomorrow for the Tigers and the Guardians. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you soon.